Ever diagnosed with any type of like mental illness or any type of diagnosis, any type of learning disability, anything like that?
I have a crazy problem.
You
All right. We are back, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As a matter of fact, let me just say happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. We are winding down the week. And I was just telling my husband, I said, this week has gone by so freaking fast. And I'm not complaining about it, but to me, it just went down so fast. It went by really, 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 really quick. But y'all already know why we are here, honey. We are talking all things Stefon Diggs today. We are talking the accuser, Jamila Adams. And we covered this trial in great detail the other day. Now, Stefon Diggs was found guilty. I'm sorry, not guilty on all charges, assault and strangulation. So he's a free man. He's innocent. He was found not guilty. But this is what I want to do today. I want to get your take on it. So what we're going to do, the lines are open right now. The lines are open right now. I covered this thing from start to finish. I talked about Cardi B. I talked about Stefon Diggs. I talked about Jamila. I talked about Stefon's behavior. I talked about Jamila's behavior. And I said they both have created their own crazy. They both have put themselves in a position to lose. I also want to talk about these women that are hiding behind these titles and these credentials when you're nothing more than a paid escort. If you are a professional and you're exchanging sex for money, or you're exchanging sex for clout, to go to a football game, to sit at a concert, to be a part of the entourage, you are a prostitute. You are an escort. There's no way around that. I don't care how sophisticated it's gotten, you are still a lady of the night. You are. Whether it's real estate and you got on new heels and nice clothes and bags. And listen, let me tell you something. If you really want to see the game of prostitution, what it looks like, go to Hawaii. Go to Hawaii. And anybody that's ever been to the main island, to Honolulu, will tell you, baby, the prostitutes out there, you got to qualify. The prostitutes out there are top notch in shape, makeup laid all day. And they've been doing this for years, right? I don't know if they've cleaned it up a little bit, but I remember when I used to travel internationally, listen, so these girls are just catching on, right? But I think what's happening is we're getting to a place in a space where the lines are becoming blurred. The lines are becoming blurred because the men don't want you to know that they're into the escorts. The men don't want you to know. So everybody's trying to cover it up and it's really hidden in plain sight. But y'all, that's it. That's it. That's what's happening. These girls are selling sex. Nothing more, nothing less. Because when the house manager testified, she said, I'm going to tell you what she said. The house manager said, you cooked hot dogs that were dry. That doesn't say executive chef to me. That does not say executive chef to me. Nobody bragged about how good your food was. She said the day they left to go to Miami and she booked the flights, your flight was to send you on home to Atlanta, which is what led to the alleged assault, right? And they asked if you had cooked that day. Do y'all remember? They asked the house manager if you had, the chief of staff, if you had cooked that day. And she said, yes, it was a hot dog, that it was a dried up hot dog. I can do that. I mean, I can shake, rattle, and roll with a hot dogs and hell, and I don't even eat hot dogs. Baby, I can put some, but let me tell you something. I can put some buns in the oven. I don't like mayo, but I'll give you some mustard on both sides. Get you a nice hot dog. I ain't gonna get you no cheap weenies. I'm gonna get you some beef franks, and I'm gonna lace it with some chili. Okay. I'm gonna cut up them onions fresh, and I'm gonna sprinkle the onions. And then I'm gonna get some cheese. I don't like that old sprinkle cheese. I'm gonna go to that old school Velveeta that used to come in a pack. And I'm gonna split it down the middle and I'm gonna lay one half on that hot dog. And then I'm gonna put them hot dogs on the lower rack in the oven. And I'm gonna hit, but first I'm gonna boil the franks first, okay? I'm not gonna try to cook them in the oven because I don't want the buns to get soggy. But I'm gonna go ahead and boil them or grill them first. And then when I get it, the buns and the mustard, I'm gonna put the frank in there and I'm gonna do the chili and then I'm gonna sprinkle some onions on top of the chili and whatever you want. And Imma use that old Velveeta cheese that we used to have a long time ago. They probably still have it. Imma cut it in half because, food is high these days, and I don't believe in wasting food. And Imma lay it all out on one of them cooking sheets and put it at the bottom rack. Okay? Come on, du jour. You said a hot dog specially. And look, ladies, you put it at the bottom rack, and you turn that oven on, and you lay that cheese, and you hit low broil. Don't hit bake, hit low broil. And baby, and you go ahead and you cook it halfway. By this time, he's on his way back home from practice. Okay. We don't want it all the way done. Are y'all following me, ladies? Can I get an amen? Because we need it to not be dry by the time he get in there. Cause see, that's where you slipped and fell and bumped your head, Jamila. So by the time, so we're gonna let it cook halfway through or warm halfway through. And then I want you to turn it off of low broil, and I want you to hit warm and just let it sit there and let it warm up. And when I tell you, honey, ain't nobody gonna say your damn hot dogs was dry because Queen Sheba just walked you through it, A to B. Ain't no way in hell if you getting 2,000 a month to shake, rattle, and roll, you supposed to be cooking dry ass hot dogs. At least come correct. Auntie could have did that. Okay. That's all I'm saying. But the lines are open. This girl, these women, these people are nothing but high-end prostitutes, high-end escorts, lady of the night, all that flying back and forth to Dubai, all of that. I'm his personal assistant, and you BBL and snatched and got weave all the way down to the crack of your behind and red bottomed out. Now, we not hate because many of them look absolutely gorgeous. But what you're not going to do is sit in this world and insult the women that are true professionals, the women that are really chefs, the women that are true stylists, the women that are true personal assistants, administrative assistants that go home, that go to work and come home every day, whether she got a man or not, that knows the difference between once I'm done, I'm out your damn house and I'm not moving in or I'm not sleeping on the couch. See, I don't give a damn. See, y'all not pulling these girls aside and they out of order. Now, I'm not saying the man didn't rough her up in the room, but sweetheart, the question is, how did we get here? That's why we're talking today, y'all. Who's to blame? Who's really to blame? Call in to share your point of view. Do we blame him or do we blame her? She would no damn chef. And even if she was, she wasn't. That's a cover up. You knew what it was. You knew exactly what you were there to provide. Cooking was second to what your primary role was. But we still have him, on the other hand, that's never satisfied. We still have him, on the other hand, that's paying for it, that's moving it in. And you expected her to stay in her place? If you expected her to stay in her place, you don't move her in your place. Everybody in this saga, if you ask me, was moving wrong. That's why I want to hear y'all's opinion. I know what I think. And Black women, let me tell y'all something. Y'all better be very careful, because the way you're moving right now and the freedom, I know it's your body, it's your freedom, baby. If you got it, flown it, and can't nobody tell me this or that, and I'm gonna do what I want. I'm every woman. It's all in me. Yes, anything you want done, baby. I do it naturally. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I get it. I got it. I understand. But just know that now you are becoming globally the forbidden fruit. People will partake, they will get a bite of it, but nobody wants to commit to it. Nobody wants to marry it. Nobody wants to take it home to meet mama. I'm just saying, all these women that he's had around him, beautiful Black women that he's used for sex consensually. And none of them have been good enough to marry. So, ladies, while you pop locking it and dropping it, every time your song come on at brunch, you feel the need to get up and pop your ass in front of a camera, just know they'll take a bite out of it. But don't be surprised if there's no commitment. I always say hoes do hoe shit. If you want a husband, you better act like it. And listen, don't come. Oh, that's that old. The lines are open. I'm dropping a link. All you have to do, let me tell you how it works. You click this link. We're working on getting and implementing a phone number, but I have to get some software to be able to do that, and we're going to have that hopefully for the next show. But right now, what we have to do is we have to use this link. You click the link, follow the instructions. It takes about 10 seconds for me to get you queued up and get you in here, and just for you to express yourself. Nobody knows who you are. Hell, you can use a fake name. I just want to know what you think. But let me say this. Be careful, ladies, because the same thing that makes you laugh make you cry. And Black women, y'all got to do better. Y'all out here having way too much sex off GP. Y'all out here moving like male lions. Y'all are out of order. Y'all are doing way too much, and you wonder why we have such a high prevalence of single parent households. It's because you give away too much too quick, too soon, and you are leading with your body. And that's all they want. In many instances, if that's what you are leading with, y'all are going under the knife to attract a man. It's nothing wrong with getting some cosmetic surgery for yourself, but if you're doing it to get put on, if you're doing it for clout, if you're doing it to bag a nigga, listen, good luck. Good luck. All right, Queen. Now, you know that woman was a live-in chef cooking hot dogs for $2,000 per week. He let her go. Gave her her walking papers. Listen, because she moved in July, right? August, September, October, November. Barely made it 5 months. Yeah, she was a little bit over 4 months. He was done with it then. The thrill is gone, in the words of BB King. Let me take my first.
Hello?
Okay, we can hear you. You got it.
Okay, Queen, yes, I definitely been listening to your show and I enjoyed it. But what I was going to say is this. If a man is not satisfied with all these women, it's something that he is seeking more. And maybe that's another man. And maybe that's why he keep all these women around, so he can kind of hide behind the fact what he really wants. And because all these women, he's not satisfied, something is definitely wrong with this man. That's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you. That is fair. That was Southern Lady. She's saying, listen, I'm looking at the hypersexuality of it all. And typically, behavioral patterns do not lie. When you see a man that just can't stop till he get enough, that indicates there may be something else. There may be something else. And it could be. What are your thoughts, y'all? What are your thoughts? Yeah, so I talk to the women a lot over here. But let me say this to you, Stefon. And let me tell you, the men were mad. Oh, I got called all kind of bitches on Instagram. I don't give a damn. I said what I said. I don't feel bad for him because he put himself in a position to lose. He put himself in a see when you snaking everybody around you. That's why I tell snakes. Snakes do devour other snakes. See, because you moved her in to have access to her because you have a perceived sex addiction, right? Let's just say hypothetically. But you have all of these women that you're in relationship with that you are rotating who do not really know about each other to the degree that they can make an informed decision that they want to really be with you or not be with you because you're concealing valuable information. So we gonna say you snaking your baby mamas. You was snaking Cardi B. Now Cardi B was snaking Offset. Offset was snaking Cardi first. Snakes devour snakes. Snakes do eat other snakes, by the way. So everybody in this mofo is getting snaked, if you get my drift. So when you move a snake in who's willing to sleep with you and pretend to be friends with your main chick and even coordinate matching outfits, oh, that's a snake of a snake of a snake. Don't be surprised when she snakes you. If she's snaking for you, why are you shocked when you get snaked? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Y'all are shocked when a snake will snake you. But you hooked up on some snake type shit. That's all. I just wanted to hear from the audience because I know what I think. He snaked Offset. Oh, she snaked Offset because she was married to Offset. And as far as I know, are they divorced yet? Are they divorced yet? So Cardi, don't be mad that this woman who pretended to be your friend snaked you because you're doing some snake type shit too. If Offset was not what you needed or wanted, you married him. Leave him. And you did. Well, go ahead and let the ink run dry before we start reproducing. You get what I'm saying? So you can't expect loyalty in a situation where you've been unloyal. Baby, when I tell you the audacity in the room amongst the snakes is huge, all of them. Yeah, Cardi, you said Cardi didn't snake him. Cardi didn't snake who? Cardi snaked Offset. Cardi snaked her damn self. Cardi got pregnant while she was married. Cardi snaked herself. Cardi snaked her own dignity as a woman. Do I like Cardi B? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But let's keep it real now. It's hard to hold your homegirl accountable because women don't want to hear that. Women don't want to hear that. That's what I'm saying. Everybody is liberated and free. I can do whatever I want to do. You can. You can. But there's consequences to it. There's consequences too. That which you sow, ye shall also reap. And we're not even like this, not even spiritual, but I'm just saying it's the principality of it, Smokey. I think Cardi needs to sit down for a second. Michelle says she needs to find a regular man. I think she should sit down for a second. She was with Offset. Cardi's picker is off right now. Her ability to pick a man, to properly assess a man is off. So you went from one to the other, one dog to the next dog. You get what I'm saying? I think she should just sit it out, enjoy her 4 children for the next 3 to 5 years. Let's go to the next caller. Welcome, American Born.
Queen, I'm just going to say this. This country has gotten out of control. These women, these men, I think it's a race to see how many kids you can have. And it's really sad if you think about it. But this chef, to me, I'm sorry, but I think that woman was cray-cray. I mean, you seen her dancing. Just not right. Not right.
All right. Thank you, American Born.
Thank you, Queen.
All right. That was American Born. She said, listen, y'all doing way too much. Y'all going to have to slow down. And she think there may be a little touch by an angel. It's something. But I can't put it all on her. That's why I'm asking y'all from your point of view. The lines are open. And look, by the way, if you can, or if you're at work and you're not in a position to be able to call, you can use the gift feature, the super chat feature, and we'll take your question or we'll read your opinion out loud. I'll make sure you get some showtime. Okay. Don't worry about that. We'll make sure you get on the screen. We'll make sure we prioritize your question and or your opinion. Let me say this. I want to talk about the mama too, Stefon's mama. Now, a lot of you going to disagree with me, but see, the mama be everywhere. The mama know what the roster is. The mama know what the head count is. And I'm going to be honest, I'm looking at the mama sideways. I'm looking at the mama sideways. Thank you. Always be cute. She says, Queen, you are speaking nothing but the truth. I'm going to look at the mama sideways because if ain't nothing else going to be right, a mama should mama. What you mean by that? A mama should mama. You are the queen in the room. You got to tell him, don't bring that shit around me. Don't bring that around me. Don't be putting me in a room with all of these nobodies. And the reason why I say nobodies, because you know how mothers feel about their sons. Don't be putting me in a room with somebody that you just doing something with. They should never have access to me. If it ain't your child's mother, if it ain't somebody that you're about to marry, I don't want these hoes around me. Don't put them on a flight with me. Don't put them on the same row as me. I ain't got time. I don't have that type of brain power to be, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet. No. Your job is to protect the queen in the game of chess, and it's chess, not checkers. Don't bring that around me, or I'm going to start telling hoes what's going on around here. See, mamas used to have a little bit of oomph about themselves. Like Rick Ross say, oh, you get what I'm saying? Mamas used to carry themselves in a way that you knew that if you was around her, that you was some kind of wonderful. Am I lying? But now mamas are not holding their proper authority in these relationships where a motherfucker should know, shit, nah, baby, you can't come around my mama. Nah, boo-boo. You can, mama off limits. But see, when you financially dependent on your children like that, you really don't have a say. I would have cursed my son out behind the scenes. I don't like everybody like that. That's what I would have told him. I'm a Scorpio. Don't bring everybody around me. Like, I ain't even that damn friendly. Well, mama, you on a pod. I don't give a damn if I'm on a podcast. They're my people. I don't like these women. I don't like these hoes. Well, why you don't like her? Because she let you do anything you want to do to her. She ain't got no decency about herself. And just because you a damn NFL player don't mean she should give you everything you're asking for. I don't like weak women like that. See, that's the kind of conversation I would have said to him as his mama. Don't bring them around me. And right now, I kind of don't like you because you're about to put me in some shit that ain't none of my business. So the next time you call me over here and I'm coming to visit you, Don't be having nobody around me when you sleeping with everybody in the damn room. Young Tally says, that's tacky as hell, but other women think nothing wrong with it. And look, and they ain't got no loyalty to each other. The psychological, listen, baby, when I tell you these hoes ain't loyal, and I'm talking about men and women, girl, you was on the phone coordinating with Cardi B. Y'all was gonna wear the same clothes in Miami, and you sleeping with that man and have been for years. So when y'all say, and look, no disrespect to the braider. So when y'all say, well, the braider's been braiding his hair since 2018. Listen, and the chef has been knowing him since when? So when I look, my grandma used to say birds of a feather flock together. Baby, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going to say to the braider, don't you ever in your life, I don't give a damn what time your flight is. And if I was your sister, your brother, your mama, your cousin, your auntie, I would tell the braider, get your ass up off that couch. You are professional. I wouldn't give a damn if you finished at 2 a.m. Act like you're going to the damn hotel and get your ass from out that house and get off that man's couch, because what you were saying, let me tell you something about the way it works these days. Back in the day, maybe back in my day, see, this is how we supposed to be talking to him. Maybe back in my days, you could stay on the sofa and sleep, but if anything goes down, God forbid, against your will, the first thing they're going to ask you, is there a reason you were in his home past midnight? That's the first thing the attorney, the people are going to paint a picture of you. Y'all said the braider was sleeping with him too. She did not deny it. Oh, I missed that part. They asked her that on the stand and she said yes. So I would have been all in her face. You say you're a professional? You fucking working with celebrities? I wouldn't give a damn if you knew them first, second, or third. Get your ass off that couch. Show yourself as a professional and get the hell up out of here. You charge $600. You testified on stand. You charge $600 to $1,500 just to do some braids going to the back. Now, to me, that's a lot of money for 5, 6, 7 braids. Right? $600 to $1,500. Get your ass a hotel. I wouldn't give a damn if it's just for half a night. Get one. You said that's why I said the ladies have dual roles in his home. If you're not sleeping with him, get up out of there. And if you don't want anybody to think you're sleeping with him, get up out of there. You can't do what you want to do and then call yourself a professional. You can't do what you want to do and then call yourself a lady, because all of us are sitting back looking, saying that ain't no lady behavior. That ain't no professional behavior. Well, times are different. Y'all old school. No, we not old school, because let me tell you about a nigga with no self-control. You got lucky that time. Let me tell you about a nigga with no self-control. Suppose he was drunk. I'm not even just talking about Stefon. I'm talking about anybody. Most men, if they tell you the truth, whether you like a little sister or not, they're going to say, well, shit, I felt like she knew what it was when she agreed to what? Stay the night. Once you start staying the night at a man's house, it's an unverbal spoken rule that you understand. Nah, they said she one Jamie said, what's she charging? I don't know. She testified that her prices range $600 to $1,500. I'm going to come back to that. Let me go to my next caller. Welcome to the show, Young Tally, 850 TV. What you got?
Yeah, you said it wasn't her she's not to blame as far as like.
Can you speak up just a little bit?
Okay, hold on.
Repeat that question for me. Uh-oh. We can't hear you. You may have lost your audio. Let me take you off and then move you back in. All right. What'd you say? Oh, man, you lost your audio. Hold on. Let me take you off stage. Give me a second. Nobody can see you but me. When you are ready, give me a thumbs up, and I'm going to go through the super chats. Okay. We got E Boogie. Thank you for the 16 piece. You said mental issues and lies on the stand. Stand out lie. He slapped me on the right side of my face with his right hand. No, it would have been the left side of your face. You should have took the 100K and moved on. She should have took the 100K. Let me tell you about, okay, let me come back to this about the 100K. Let me go back to Young Tally, 850 TV. Welcome. Okay, hold on. You're still not connected. Let's do this. This is what you want to do. Hit your settings, whether it's on your screen or your computer. When you hit settings, you're going to click audio. And make sure the audio is, whether it's a microphone, AirPods, make sure the audio is coming through the channel you want it to come to. Now, E-Boogie, I'm going to say this while we wait on Young Tally. That's why I say I believe he did something, because he offered 100K. He may have slapped her or pushed her, but do I believe it was as extensive as she wants us to believe? Probably not. No. Do I believe it warranted a $5.5 million lawsuit? Probably not. I think he was generous with 100K for slapping her, pushing her. They probably tussled a little bit. 100K is generous. Take it. Move the hell on. Y'all was in a lover's quarrel. Y'all got into it. Move on. Young Tally, let's do a mic check. Okay, it's not here. I'm going to kick him out the studio and then come back, because you may have to reset your audio. I'm going to drop the link. Let me go to the next comment. Desira, thank you for the 10-piece super chat. You says, my honest opinion, I'm not saying Steph didn't do anything. However, I believe Chef got in her feelings and wanted to be the head, be in charge, and did, and was going to make sure. Women like this, you got to fight. You got to fight them once you find out. That means she's been snaking other women for a long time, right? She was moving in a way that she was going to control that whole house. And it sounded like she tried to control Lindsay, and Lindsay wasn't going for it. When I tell you she told on everybody and dropped them people under the bus, she made sure that publicly we knew everybody he was sleeping with. She got in her feelings because deep down inside, she knew she wasn't qualified at that level. She was qualified to hit, right? He gonna do that when ain't nobody around. But when it's time to pick the real team and go to Miami and put them on a flight in a private jet, nah, you can't come. You can't come. Lisa Glaze, thank you for the $10 super chat. You said, do we know if the defense attorney prepped Mila, you mean the prosecutor, to be evasive when answering? Also, I wonder if they told her that they have that they have the redacted text in full. I'm sure they gave her that information. I don't know if they prepped her correctly. I think she's hard-headed, because the judge had corrected her at one point and she said, okay. And as soon as they asked her, did you ask for $5.5 million? She said, Mr. Diggs offered me 100K. And so I don't think you could have reasonably prepped a personality of these sorts. Welcome, Donna, to the show. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Queen, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Welcome. Okay, we could hear you. You just got, hey, so when y'all come up, just go. When I bring you on, I can hear you. You just got to go. All right. Because I'm on mute. Once I call you into the show and I bring you from backstage, I go on mute. So it takes me a couple of seconds when y'all say, can you hear me, to come off of mute and say that, then go back on. Just go. Just fire off. All right. Who is this? Monartist? And I'm an artist. I'm an artist. I am an artist. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive. Thank you for the 10 piece. When you don't give yourself time after a terrible man, the least improvement in the next man will seem monumental when it's not that big of a difference. Give yourself time so that your discernment can get stronger. I agree. I agree. See, Cardi B came out of the strip club, off the pole, onto Love and Hip Hop, into the street game of rap, the hip hop world. She ain't never really stopped. But this is the perfect opportunity just to chill, Cardi. And to be honest with you, I'm going to say this, and it ain't my business, but I'm going to say it. I was a little shocked to see that you're taking Tasha K back to court for talking about Offset. Yeah.
Wow.
And not because you can't. You can do what you want. You're a millionaire. I wouldn't give a damn if she talked about him. Now, if she talked about me and I were you, then yeah, we going back to court. But I was a little shocked that you would take her back to court to enforce for her to be quiet about Offset. Let's see. Coco Lisa, you can see that car video stunned her. Looks like she wasn't prepped for some key evidence. Now, they probably, I don't know if the prosecution knew she had that or if they could prep her. They probably didn't. They probably had a hard time for her coming in. She seemed very defiant when she was like, well, you told me to bring an attorney. It seemed like they told me to bring an attorney because y'all was going to force me to take one. It was just all over the place. Welcome back, Donna. What are your thoughts? You're on mute. You have to unmute your mic. Hit it one time.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yep. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I don't even know what y'all heard. I didn't say the whole spiel. Okay. I was just talking away. Okay. Anyway, so I was saying, how's she gonna go to court looking like Miss Mary Mack with no Mac? You know what I'm saying? And these lawyers and judges know what these women really look like because they put their life out there online, and then they go to court just not a mascara, not a lash, not a lip gloss, not a nothing but some shea butter shining up, but you got that BBL though. Can't cover that up. You know what I'm saying? That kills me. They all do it, Queen. Why do they do that? They
You
think
tell
if
me.
they go to court thinking that, okay, yeah, just because I ain't got my wig on and this and that, I'm going to win. The girl should have took the 100K. And she knew what she was doing. Like you said, he let her come stay in there. She knew about all them other girls. They was having a lovers quarrel. And she should have took the 100K, period. So I think she just took the biggest L of 26. And I just want her to come back outside with a little bit of makeup. She ain't ugly, but with no makeup, baby, she look old as hell. For real. And I just need people to go to court like how they look every day and stop playing.
All right. Look, that's Donna. Donna said that's her story. She's sticking to it. Yeah, that's actually a strategic move, probably from the prosecutor to say, listen, we want to remove any ounce of provocativeness. They probably told her little to no makeup. You want to get you a small pearl, a small earring. We want to make you look like Mrs. Doubtfire. You need to look like a chef and not a video vixen. Welcome, Young Tally, 850 TV. Let's give it a shot.
You can hear me now?
Yes, you have the floor.
Okay. You were saying it wasn't her fault for who's to blame?
It's a question. I was saying, who's to blame? Y'all tell me.
Well, both of them are to blame because he hired her. They knew what the deal was. She said she had known him for like 4 years or whatever. I just feel like if you're gonna like go like run a play like she tried to do, at least be consistent with your story. I mean, she was all over the place, and I just don't understand. Like, if you was really about your come up or whatever, she just looks bad all over overall. If you was gonna do it, I mean, at least do it right. If you're gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? Be consistent. Story changed too much. I mean, it is what it is. But if that's what you're about and that's what you're gonna try to do, at least be intelligent enough to know how the courts work. As far as
I agree. Is that I agree? That's your final thought?
Yeah, yes, that's it.
All right, that's young. Tally 850 TV. Thank you, Tally. If you're gonna do it right. I don't like how she was moving. You knew what it was. Why are you trying to get close to the family? And the family means the ones that he's having children with. The ones that you got to know your place. And I tell you, men, there's no such thing as a sneaky link. And what do y'all call it? Entanglement or a side. A side will always come for the top spot. Welcome, Cynthia. What are your thoughts?
Hey, hey, Queen. Hey, Palace. Um, that girl, I really want to know what her horoscope is. I want to know what her sign is. She's a vindictive, bitch. Honestly, I'm a firm believer that things happen for a reason, but I really hope that Stefon learned from this. I honestly do, because I honestly feel, I mean, I don't think she was telling the truth. I don't think anything happened. But what I will say is that life was on the line. Like, this is not a civil case. This was a criminal case. I mean, she went too far. She went too far, and honestly, that's it.
All right, that's fair. That's Cynthia. Welcome. I mean, thank you for coming up, Cynthia. Let's see. Let's go to the next caller. Let's see. We have looks like a Chew the Pikachu. What are your thoughts? And you're on mute, Chew. You have to unmute your mic, hit it one time. Let's
All
see.
right. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Queen. Good evening, chat. So I'm going to go ahead and make this quick, fast, and in a hurry because I have things to do. As far as whose fault it is, obviously it's both of their fault, right? That's without saying. However, um, as women, we know that we are the gatekeepers of intercourse. Outside of any type of assault or without consent, you control what type of people you would like to have intercourse with and deal with. At the end of the day, for her to be over the hill like she is, no disrespect, her tooth is a little bit too long for me to have made the continuous poor decisions that she has made, getting involved with an athlete, a popular athlete that lacks discipline on top of that. I don't know about y'all, but I am deathly afraid of diseases and I'm allergic to penicillin, so I can't afford to be catching no parasites. Okay? So, yes, it is both equally their fault, but she was okay with it. She's up on the stand talking about how her and Cardi B are going to have matching outfits like they're the Double Mint twins. I don't want to hear nothing. She was scorned. She was upset. I don't doubt that he had put his ashy hands on her. But at the end of the day, she allowed it to happen. And she continued to have a relationship with this man, despite knowing that he was having multiple relationships with multiple other women. So, as far as I'm concerned, I put a little bit more blame on her because, as women, again, we're the gatekeepers. And that's all I have to say. And y'all have a good day.
You too. Thank you for coming up. That's Chew Pikachu. Listen, makes sense to me. We are going to hold on. I saw a funny comment before I go to the next caller. Listen, who was it? Wings of Creation said in my Queen Sheba voice, rattlesnake, rattlesnake, copperhead, copperhead. If you know, you know. Welcome, Dorothy Johnson. What are your thoughts, Dorothy?
Hi, Queen. Love to be in the palace. God bless everybody. Queen, I agree with you 100%. I do agree that he did put his hands on her. I agree with that totally. But I'm telling you what really caught me when she was on that stand and when after he did all that and you went back looking for a pen and a pencil to make this man a card for his birthday and you want to give him a gift after he choked you out, strangulated you, and all that? Come on now. Like I said, I agree with you 100%, Queen. He did put his hands around her, but I believe, to be honest with you, Queen, I believe it was one of those love chokes. You know what I'm saying? One of them love chokes. You know, he went in there all mad and, you know, she liked it that. She liked when he mad because when she said, he told me to come here. And I stood up and went to him.
Mm.
And I tried to finish but he slapped me. That was a love slap, baby. You thought he was gonna have you on that bed and give you what you wanted. See,
What
what
she
she
wanted?
wanted some of that. She wanted some of that dang dang. See, she wanted
Mm-mm-mm.
some of that dang dang. That's what she thought
Mm.
he was gonna come in and do. But he mad at me. He gonna give me some of that mean, that mad sex. That's
Some of
what
that
she
Mr.
thought.
Goodbar.
Oh yeah. He said, no, baby, it's time to go. Cause you talking a little bit too damn much. And she's quite like she didn't understand it. She understood it after he gave her that love choke.
Mm.
And he walked out of his room. And the part that she came up, he made her, that just, come on now, ma'am, that was a love choke. And you
Mm.
thought that man was going to give you some of that beef.
Mm.
So
Mm.
you know how we get mad with our husbands and our wives and the wives we mad, but then we
Mm.
get that mad sex. See,
Mm-hmm.
that's what she thought she was going to get. She got mad. Then she got mad because she couldn't go to Miami for the man's birthday. And I'm
Mm.
gonna tell
You
you
better
one thing
preach.
about Cardi B. Cardi B get her, she have a stylist. Every time Cardi B go out, her stylist is styling her. So,
Mm-mm.
baby girl, you weren't gonna dress up like Cardi B on that day. You couldn't afford it. And I said what I said, and I love y'all, Palace. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right, that's Dorothy. Dorothy just cooked all the way down. Now, I'm gonna start calling you Ratatouille up in this month. Dorothy, thank you for coming. Listen, Dorothy said, I know what it is. She wanted a piece of that Mr. Goodbar. When he says stand up and come to me, she thought it was something different. When Michelle, welcome. What are your thoughts?
How are you, Queen? How are you doing today?
Good, good. What you got for us?
Well, one, I was watching because I thought I was going to hear something, so I can be like, yes, finally, I didn't hear anything tangible at all. But like your former guest said, I agree with her. And I really do believe she's like, okay, listen, I'm going to let the whole world know, yeah, you were seeing other side people. Yeah, and I was one because that's what I got out of it. She was saying what she wasn't saying, she was saying, you know. Oh man, I really do wish, and this is my own personal opinion, more women need to listen to your show to get their language straight, courtroom back, what is and what's not. I quit today, but I'm coming back tomorrow to get my stuff. I was just joking because I thought we were just having a regular argument, not that I was fired, just all that. Like, so that's all I got to say, Queen. Keep doing what you do.
All right. Thank you, Win Michelle. Thank you. That's Win Michelle. She said it was a mess. Just from top to bottom. But they don't like to listen, child. They say you hate and so I keep it over here to the folks that come over here. But listen, so I saw something. Somebody said it just didn't make sense, all of the stuff she was saying. Oh, I want to talk about, I know what I saw. It was this comment. And y'all, the lines are open for those of you that would like to come on in. Okay, DG, thank you for the $5 super sticker. You said either she lied to prosecutors, withheld information, or was poorly prepped. The truth is always the truth and doesn't depend on who asked the questions. I'm going to assume, based on her testimony under oath, that she lied to the prosecutors. Why would I say that? Because she initially lied to the police. When you start off with the lie, my grandma say, you got to keep telling lies to cover up the lie. You got to keep telling lies to cover up the lie. See, the only reason this went to trial is because of the police report. So if we start from the police report, there was no mention of a sexual relationship, which is probably why they were quick to pick up the charges, because it's like, whoa, this dude came out of nowhere and attacked his chef. You get what I'm saying? That is diabolical when you're looking at that on the right side of the law. You're like, what? Now, these NFL players, these black athletes, these black men, these black entertainers, these black celebrities are out of control. This lady wasn't even sleeping with them because sex makes it complicated. Sex makes it complicated. So she left that part off. And if you lie to the police, I know damn well you'll probably lie to the prosecutors. Welcome, OG Patrice. What are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Hey, can you hear me okay, Queen?
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing? Salute to you in the chat. You're doing a very good job. I am very, very pleased at your commentary on Ashley and even on this case. And I agree with you and most of the women that has come up and spoke. I do believe that it is true that Stefon Diggs did put hands on her. I believe that based off of his history with domestic violence against women. So, but I have to say, if I was on that juror based off of her testimony, based off of the lies that she told to the police, to the prosecutor, the lies that she got caught in, no longer made her a credible witness. It wasn't that they couldn't prove that he didn't assault her. Number one, there was no evidence. And number two, like you said, once you get caught in lies, you are no longer credible. That's what sealed the deal for her for a not guilty, is because of the fact that number one, there were no pictures or anything proven of any type of assault, because she waited 2 weeks after the alleged assault to even go to the police department to report it. She lied to them. She lied to the prosecutor. So yeah, once you do that, you're caught in it. And they caught her very well. And then she was very confrontational on the stand. She was not a good victim that, that has accused someone. She was very complicated, complex, and very controversial on the stand. And the jurors look at that as you more now being more like a hostile victim than trying to prove your point. And when the judge have to speak to you several times, the jury also is paying attention to those things too. So I would say that she is the main reason why she lost that case.
All right. Those are all excellent points. Thank you for coming up, Patrice. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
That was OG Patrice. Excellent points. And I like how she called out some of the facts of what happened that we all witnessed in the courtroom. She lying under oath, yeah. But see, the lie started with the police. The lie, the omission of the truth is a lie. See, you lied about what really the nature of your relationship. They have to ask when you call the police, and I'm not saying she should not have, right? You better be ready to give it up. But you continue to live a lie, Snake, the same way you was living a lie to Cardi and all of the other women that you were around. See, you thought that you were going to come out and mix the recipes. See, you can't cry victim and want justice to be upheld if you are not willing to tell the truth. And being willing to tell the truth is you're going to have to tell your dirt too. You can't just shine a spotlight on what he's doing and expect everybody to overlook what you're doing. It's the principality of it. Those people have to get to the bottom of the issue. And the issue is it was a lover's quarrel. Do I believe he struck her? Yes, I do. Do I believe he applied the amount of pressure that she's saying? No. No, because I think it was the defense that was cross-examining or direct. It was on direct. And they asked, did she complain of a sore throat? Did she eat? Was she drinking? Did she pass up any food or drinks? And they didn't say alcohol, right? Because if he really applied that amount of pressure, you're going to have some inflammation. You're going to have some inflammation, right? And nobody was able to corroborate that they noticed any challenges regarding her. They didn't see any scratches, any bruises, any signs that something physical occurred. And I'm not saying it didn't, but I'm not sure if I'm convinced to the extent that you're saying. Because ain't no way in the world that a man is going to attempt to strangle me and I'm gonna run around the house to look for a birthday card and a pen and put Chanel. First of all, you ain't getting nothing. And I'm going to be trying to get my ass up out this house. Strangulation? That's serious. Oh no, you ain't no birthday gift. As a matter of fact, baby, I'm gonna leave my clothes here. I don't need nothing because I would be in fear for my life, to be honest with you. Welcome, Anitra J. What are your thoughts, Anitra?
Hey, Queen. Yeah, so she was lying. She was lying. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think he put his hands on her, not even once. I just don't believe that. I don't know who was that was just talking before I came up. I couldn't really tell by the voice, but yeah, you leave out your room and then you immediately go and give him a the birthday gift that you bought him or whatever. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you go and hand someone a gift that they supposedly just choked you out, or even if you were just tussling, or even if he smacked you in the face, you gonna go right out and give him a gift for his birthday? That doesn't make no sense. She was lying the whole time. She withheld information from the police. She deleted text messages. I don't know what she thought. Like they can't pull up deleted text messages, but whatever. Her ass is too old for this bullshit. I'm just gonna be honest. She was 41. I'm 45. Ain't no way in hell I'm finna entertain anybody in their early 30s. I don't care how much money they got. She looked like a complete fool. She embarrassed herself. Um, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. She looked like a complete fool. She lied from the beginning, then got mad and being uncooperative on the stand. She just looked like she looked ridiculous. She's too damn old for that. And then when you left the place and then you go somewhere and then they got videos of you dancing, having a good time. That doesn't seem like anybody who she was mad. I'm just gonna put it like that. She was mad. She's weird as hell because why would you try to wear matching outfits with Cardi B? Why? Why would you even plan something like that? That's
Yeah, that's
weird.
snaky. No, that's snaky. That's like a that's a dark. You don't ever want that type of spirit around you.
No.
That's
So
dangerous.
I
That's dangerous.
yeah, it is dangerous. You smile in your face and then try to stab you in the back later on. I don't know. He got issues because he got all these babies around here, which is that's another conversation. So hopefully after this he'll go somewhere and sit his ass down somewhere because he could have seriously got some time for that. So he need to go somewhere and sit his ass down. I don't know what he got going on. What the thing is with creating all these broken homes. I don't know what that is, but no, she was wrong. He was wrong too for bringing her up in there. Like it's like he was an idiot. Like where was his uncles and stuff like that that give him some man advice or something, especially going into the league. Him and his brother Trey, him too. He ain't got as many kids as Stefon, but he got a few of them. So it seemed like they all got a little issues or whatever with just laying it low and spreading it wide.
Mm.
But no, yeah, she was. Yeah, no, I don't believe he
I-
touched her at all. That's it.
all right. That's Anitra J. Thank you, Anitra. She said no. It's a flat out lie. Don't believe her. You lied. And not only that, you. What's up with you? Trying to get next to these women. I think he creeped her out. I mean, I think she creeped him out. I think she tried to come out of her slot. You know, when something is out of place, you want to put it back in place. I think she started to creep him out after a while, befriending his staff, getting in his business, always around him, pretending to understand the arrangement, but you keep falling out of your spot, falling out of your place. And I think he may have started to get a little bit irritated by her. Hey, you need to go home this week. I'm going to have company. Hey, you know what? I don't need you. She was on, we get it. We know she was on the payroll, but that was an arrangement. Okay. That's just a new form. That's just a new form of high-end prostitution and escorting. Okay. And she kept coming out of her place. That's it. That's all. And as a result, you looked at a fool on the witness stand, but somebody said something. They said, I don't think she cared about how she looked on a witness stand. I think her goal was to embarrass the hell out of him. I think her goal was to blow up her spot. And I said, you know what? I never looked at it like that. I never looked at it like that. Maybe it was, but I'm going to tell you this. Y'all better quit playing with these men. Quit playing with these men. When you agree to an arrangement, and yes, you agree, I don't care if you're receiving money or not, and he got somebody, and he has a wife, he has a child with somebody, he has a living partner, he's quote unquote in a long-term relationship, and you knew what it was, and you know what it is, and the wife doesn't know, or the woman don't know, quit playing with these men. These men will unalive your ass. You lucky he got something going for him. We see men. We held the guy in Louisiana, I do believe, that had the 8 children. The one that had the 8 children, and the side chick showed up, and he took everybody out. And that's crazy to me. You knew you were messing with a married man. You knew he had a wife. You knew every time you slept with him, and you showed up to that house and had the audacity. Don't do that. Don't test the spirit like that. And people say, well, that's his. I wouldn't show up to nobody's house. I wouldn't be trying to befriend no wives. I wouldn't come knocking at the door about to spill the tea because you may not make it off the porch. Some men are extremely selfish. Some men are very domineering and or protective. Some men will take you out before they let you tell the truth just to save his wife from crying. I know it's crazy. I know it's sick. I know it's twisted, it's weird, it don't make sense. But you know what? You sleeping with him don't make sense when you knew that he had a few situations. That's where you're supposed to be lady enough to say, you know what? I tell you what, hit me up when you ain't got so much going on. Hit me up at a different time. But don't get involved and expect this man to honor you. Don't get involved and get mad when he's canceling dates and you can't get on the plane. Don't get mad when he's done. He sends you home and plays house with his people and his family. So you started thinking you were part of that family. You felt like that was your family. You was there for a short time, not a long time. They started to make you feel comfortable because most of them probably did not know or were not aware, with the mama, that he was knocking you down like that. And they was laughing with you and kicking with you, and you was fantasizing, because bitches be crazy, about what could be. And if I just play my part long enough and show him that I'm down, eventually I'm gonna run all these hoes off. That's what she was thinking. I'm gonna run them all off. Cardi's still married. I'm gonna befriend her. I'm gonna give her the tea. I'm gonna drop a dime on his ass. He'll never know. And you start thinking that everybody had more loyalty to you than they did to him. Baby, he is the money bag. He is the rabbit hole. You heard the chief of staff said he's a damn good boss. That's what she said. She said he's a damn good boss. Some of these girls that are not sleeping with him, or that are, they're making the most money they've ever made in their life. They said he's kind to them. I'm talking about the ones that are working the cheapest. She said, I make $5,000 a month. To some people, that's nice to be able to take care of their family or take care of their one child, and they ain't got to deal with the bullshit in corporate America. And I get to travel. They ask her, do you pay for your own food? No, I don't. And he pays for your tickets? Yes, he does. And I get to keep all my money and drive a Porsche? She testified. The chief of staff. I get to drive the Porsche. I get to go get my hair did, my nails did in his car. This is nice. And then I go back to my regular neighborhood, and you expect me to cross my boss who's never done anything for me? No. And you started to imagine what it could be, to feel like number one. But men, you put yourselves in stupid situations to have to do stupid things that get you stupid charges. Shannon Sharp, all of them. Tyler Perry, all of them, whether you like men or women, all of you. You don't have any dick discipline. And you find yourself serving your Mr. Goodbar, and your dick becomes your God. Oh, listen, y'all ain't ready for me, child. I'm just saying. And when your dick becomes your God, you become a master to your God, you gonna lose everything in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hell, you think I'm lying? You better read the book. It's called Outwitting the Devil, written by Napoleon Hill almost like 90 years ago. It was released into what? Publication? I'm gonna say about 18 years ago. Yeah, after the last of the lineage died off because the family did not want the book to ever see the light of day. So when the final family member died, they published a book. Read it. It's called Outwitting the Devil. You have Napoleon Hill who's having a talk. See, Napoleon Hill was a mastermind, a man that had managed to master his mind. Oh, yeah. A man that was a self made millionaire. Also became a devout Christian. A man that understood men, a man that understood money. So as he's having this conversation with the quote unquote devil, he said, so let me ask you something. If you are who you say you are, how come you haven't gotten me? You say you can devour men with money and rich men, and the devil said, I haven't gotten you because your wife is your protection. And the devil laughed and he said, make no mistake about it. Should she ever leave you or you leave her, I will come back for you. And then the devil went on to explain that any man that is single, that overly consumes alcohol, listen to this, alcohol, drugs, sex, or food, that he will pull them under in a state of mind called drifting. Stefon Diggs is a drifter. That's why you see these men falling like flies, and most of them are unmarried with a lot of money, and they lose it all because the devil says you cannot outwit me. Oh, it's a great book, Outwitting the Devil. But then we got to talk about these Jezebels too, period. And this ain't no hating type ish. It is what it is. It's going to continue to happen. You're going to say, oh, that lady that I went over there and listened to her about Stefon Diggs, she said it. Baby, it is happening right here, right now. Chef Jean Marie says she claimed that he agreed to fund her brick and mortar ship. Why would he do that? That was probably ussy talk. You know what kind of talk that was. It was getting good to him. He said whatever he needed to say. Oh, yeah. Oh, this grown folks talk over here. You knew so he probably promised everything. Mm-hmm. Welcome. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. I can break that thing down all day. You knew he wasn't going to pay for nothing, but you got him to say it in his weakest state. You give him that good, he'll say anything. He'll say anything. But when he snapped out of it and you saw those texts, he said, F you, B. I don't give a damn who you tell. Because at that point, what happens, Queen Sheba? Why can a man go from sleeping to a woman? It's called hypnotic rhythm. He was drifting. It's almost like when the Bible say, be ye of sober mind, they're not talking about drugs and alcohol, baby. Don't you fall underneath the trance. Don't get snared in the underbelly of life. Oh, be ye of sober mind. We're not talking about drugs. We're not talking about alcohol. Y'all, this conversation, I hope it ain't going over your head. He was drunk. His lust had devoured him. But when he snapped out of it, when she started to tell and mess up some stuff, and he was getting confronted from all sides, he started to hate her. If you don't understand the psychology of marriages, the same reason people get together is the primary reason they break apart. The primary reason they break up. The primary reason they get a divorce. Baby mamas and baby daddies don't work. The same reason I like you is the same reason I hate you. You talk too damn much. But that was cute at first. I don't like you. You too pushy. That was cute at first. She likes sex anytime I want it. It was cute at first. Now I don't like you. You make me sick. The same thing that makes you laugh will make you cry. That's it. That's all. Is there anybody else? I would love to hear y'all's opinion. I'm just filling in the gaps. Let me go back to some of the super chats. All right. DG, thank you for the $5 super sticker. You said, I disagree about taking the 100K, especially with pending charges. Looks like witness tampering or intimidation. And she would have said she was silenced, in my opinion. I wouldn't give a damn. She was already a liar. Listen, prosecutor. Excuse me, sir. Can I talk to you? Uh-huh. I don't want to do this. See, he wouldn't even know. She's already a liar. She's already for the streets. One last move on her way out the door wouldn't have hurt nobody. Shit, the prosecutor wouldn't have known. Babe, I'm finna take this money. I'm finna take this here change and open up my own damn business. See, DG, I understand what you're saying. You're thinking on the right side of the law. She was on the wrong side of the law. So you over there, you may as well go ahead and get the 100K. So you can't pick. She was picking and choosing. She was straddling the fence. I'm going to say this, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to tell them this happened, but I'm going to delete this text message. Girl, if you don't take that damn $100,000 and get the hell up out of here and tell them white folks you'll call them later, should anything change? You know what? I'm not comfortable. I'll call. Listen, don't call me. I'll call you. Don't call me. I'll call you. Right now, it's just so much. Yes. Cut the check. Wire me the money, baby. We ain't gonna have no problems. I ain't gonna say nothing. What you need me to sign, Mr. Diggs? Mr. Diggs, Mr. Diggs. They call him Mr. Diggs, Mr. Diggs, Mr. Diggs, but not because of his size. Hey, yeah, I would have signed it. I would have signed the papers. I would have took my money. I would have got me a nice, cheap ass apartment. That money, I would have took it a long way. And not because I'm broke. I ain't getting on that stand telling them people my business. I don't want Cardi to know this. All she needs to know is we fell out. I do not want the world to know that I'm a snake. And I'm sleeping with this man and pretending to be a chef. I don't want other men to think that, because you know she working for men and not women. I don't want these niggas to think I'm snitching out here like this, especially if I plan on remaining gainfully employed. Yeah, run me that check. Y'all, I'm being... You said Queen Sheba is giving it to us today. Listen, sir. Excuse me, sir. I think that sounds like a good deal after all. Now, you say the conditions of the contract will require me to... Oh, okay, right here. All right, just initial here. Okay, so let's see. Oh, okay, I missed a spot. Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Diggs. Yeah, just like that. Because she already lying anyway. She came in with a lie. Them folks probably didn't find out to that day on that stand that she was sleeping with that man. Yeah, she should have took that money. They probably was biting their nails like, what is she going to say next? I am her, Miss Honey said the queen is dropping heavily, Jules. Listen, I'm trying. She should have took that money. You played yourself. You played yourself. Now you get nothing but a world of embarrassment. And maybe after all of this, maybe if they are hiring a job at Amazon. If they're hiring. But I wouldn't apply too fast. Now you get nothing. Hold on, Zena. You got to turn off the background. You got to turn off what you got playing in the background. I'll bring you up in just a second. But listen, if they're, I wouldn't apply too fast because everybody know your face. Everybody know your face. So go on and get through the rest of the year and then apply for one way out there in the rural areas. Welcome, Zena. What are your thoughts?
Hi, Queen. Thanks for inviting me in. I am just like looking at this woman, and through all the other callers, I'm realizing she's 41. What is he, about 31, 32? If you are a chef, you go to the house, you make the food, you take your butt home. You don't live in someone's home. Everybody wants to be a boss, which I hate that word. I hate that word coming out of everybody's mouth. And I don't use the word hate, but I'm to the point. I'm using the word hate because when I'm here, oh, I'm a boss, I'm this, I'm that. This woman has ruined her reputation. This woman has ruined her business. And if Stefan don't get his crap together, I don't think he gonna be playing on any other professional team. And he gonna be out here struggling to take care of all them babies that he done made. I just don't get this generation. You can't count someone else's money. You can't plot and plan on somebody else's money. This woman is over 40. You're making good money. All you had to do is go in there, make the food, take your behind home, save your money, get your own restaurant. But I strongly believe after listening to this for quite some time here, I think she came on to him, and being a young man as he is, he took it. I really believe that because watching her in the courtroom, the way she lied, the way she dodged bullets, I don't get it. And then being chummy with the family and Carly, come on, lady. What is wrong with this generation? Something is definitely wrong. And I'm a mother of twin sons that are 35 years old, educated with no children. And before their father left this earth, we both have always told them, you don't put the horse before the cart.
Yeah.
And they're 35 going on 36. Thank you so much, Queen. You guys have a great day. And thank you for inviting me in.
Thank you for coming. That's Zena. Zena, thank you for all of your commentary around today's topic of discussion. And listen, Dom said, listen, we're talking 2K per week. When I tell you I would have been a cooking fool, I would have been a cooking fool. Excuse me, chef. No, don't talk to me. I am busy preparing something supreme, delicious, succulent for everybody. You get a roast. You get a roast. You get a roast. Baby, when I tell you it would have been lamb chops with a demi glaze, butter reduction, this and that, truffle whipped, sweet potato, mashed potato blend. Listen, you name it, I'll claim it. I ain't got time to be befriending nobody. My chicken is thawing. My chicken is thawing. Girl, get out of here. Your food would be ready and let's see. And then I thought about it. It ain't even your money you spending on groceries. He got to buy the groceries. You get to go pick out what you want with the company card. Girl, if you don't get in there and make some crab legs with some garlic butter, a spicy girl, and you get to keep all your money, $8,000 a month. You was supposed to be stacking and bagging, but you out here buying Chanel. All you supposed to do is say happy birthday and make him a really good cake and a card from the dollar store. That's it. And stay in your professional lane. Am I right, Miss Honeybee?
Yes. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Welcome.
Thank you, Queen Sheba. I'm at lunch, it's almost over, but I'm going to keep this short. But I really wanted to say you were dropping some jewels, and it's very deeper than that. I watched one of the newscasters. Um, she had the whole trial, and what I was able to see is the Jezebel spirit in him. And what people don't realize is that he has an incubus spirit and he needs to feed that demon, right? She has also a Jezebel spirit with the rise from Leviathan. So they were both feeding each other. Now, aside, I don't want to get deep, but I think you can get deeper. Aside of that, I don't think she was a real chef. Maybe she had her license, but here's the thing, she's not a real businesswoman. She didn't have a 1099. I don't even think she knew what that was because she was questioned about that. A person that is really about their business, they're going to move very differently. Again, someone said in the chat, that's their bread and butter, right? She was lazy. And I believe what the other person just said, that she went for him. However, she met him, she thought she had a gold mine. She is very cunning, she is very manipulative, and she is a narcissist. And woman narcissists can be very, very more vindictive than male narcissists, right?
Yep.
And I don't, and then the thing is, when I saw the young lady, the pretty hairdresser, I this is this lady didn't have a dime. What I picked up was that she when she had bought her plane ticket to go to Atlanta, and then she hop skipped over to New York, like that newscaster said, she didn't have no money. So she what she does is she befriends people. She knew that girl has money. When that girl said she what kind of car she drives, and she has a house in Jersey City and a place in Brooklyn. See, Diggs likes women with money. She knows that.
Mhm.
She had that jealousy spirit and that spirit of envy, which is very dangerous. And he should be careful because women like her can take somebody out. And they may do it on a subconscious level where they're not even realizing it. Just like the Caucasian lady that stabbed her boyfriend and didn't realize it. So what I would say is when she had that lady pick her up from the airport, she she was scoping everything out what she had. So she jumped from she called, like the newscaster said, even the newscaster picked it up. She said, okay, I don't have enough money to go from the airport in Atlanta to go home. So I know her. Let me ask her. Let me tell her I'm gonna get a room
Where
because
where's
she
her
already picked.
where's her home established? Was
She
it
said
Atlanta?
Atlanta. And she said because she was first going to get her plane ticket to go to Atlanta.
They bought
That
her ticket
newscast,
though. They had her
huh?
ticket. They bought her ticket to Atlanta.
No, yeah, she did, but she did. Okay, what the newscaster picked up said she didn't have enough money for an Uber to go from the airport,
Ah,
and then like she must be not a good person. You don't even have somebody to pick you up in your hometown from the airport. That tells you her character. That tells you who she is. And the young girl, that's why I try to tell young people you have to get strong in your discernment because people are not who they are. You have to learn who is actually under you so they can extract from you
I
because
got
she befriended that hairdresser, and when she told the hairdresser, I'm just going to stay in the hotel. She knew that hairdresser was going to let her stay in her house and pick her up and accommodate her because people like that, she already read her spirit. It's very important to get strong into your spirit. And then she became jealous. And that what I noticed is that hairdresser early on, she made it known that she had a man, she had a boyfriend. Because didn't
all right.
she
You got
lie
15
that
seconds, Honeybee.
I'm sorry, huh?
You have 15 seconds.
Okay, didn't she lie and said that Dig slept with the hairdresser too?
Yeah, she said, I don't know if she lied. I'm gonna just say what she
Oh,
said. What she
okay,
said
yeah, that's what
is
she said.
she has
And
her
when
own
that
sexual relationship with him.
and when her but the
Yeah.
hairdresser made it clear in the very beginning, her boyfriend, her man. But I think she was
I,
very envious of that hairdresser, and she was trying to become the type of woman that Diggs like because he likes women with their own. And he's wrong. He's wrong
hey,
too, and I hope
Miss
this is a
Honeybee, I
lesson
gotta
for
go to the
him.
next caller. I gotta go to
Okay,
can you give
okay,
me your
I'll come
final
back
thought?
later because my lunch is over.
Okay,
But
all right.
speak
Okay.
speak on it.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
All right, that was good. That was Miss Honeybee. Listen, that was some good stuff she was talking. Listen, y'all got to be careful. What she's saying, she's a pocket watcher. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that she was, or I don't think you're a chef. I don't. When that lady said you cooked them hot dogs and they was dried up, that nobody ate that. See, let me tell you what a good chef does, because there was possibility of weather. Um, you would have made portable. I mean, not portable, but yeah, mobile, portable, travel, charcuterie boards for everyone, right? We got the brother, the cousin, the friend in the house. We got the mama, Cardi, her kids. So you could have laid out charcuterie boards, sandwich boxes, and a travel to go thing for snacks and stuff, just in case that they were delayed. You send them off with that. Period. A hot dog, ma'am, who are you? You could have went right on down at a Costco or Sam's and got some nice deli, that salami, that dried, all of that good stuff. Slice it real thin, and he got enough money where you can vacuum seal everybody's and patch it together. Welcome, Nay. What are your thoughts, Nay?
Hey, how are
Oh,
y'all? My thoughts is
good, good.
great. I love Cardi B. Oh my goodness, she's my favorite. I'm her number one fan. Cardi B needs to be very careful. I mean, just imagine this lady feeding her kids. It just took my heart out when they was saying, that she was with them, congregating and stuff of that nature. And I say, man, what if this lady was spiteful and it did something to them children food? Cardi needs to be careful. She's such a sweet lady, but Cardi don't check herself enough. And if she can't do it, she probably need to get a therapist or maybe a good friend. And she need to listen to him regardless. Because her path is just horrible. She might as well stay with her husband. Because Offset didn't allow another woman to get pregnant while he was with Cardi. If you know, you know. He actually told that girl to get paid her $12,000 to get an abortion. He showed some type of respect for her, regardless. So I just hope she be careful, and I hope she's on to something with this Stefon Diggs guy, because Diggs seems like he's very, very vindictive to me.
Mm, all
Love
right.
Cardi, love you guys. Speak on it.
That was Nay. Awesome. Awesome points, Nate. Nate, thank you for coming up. We appreciate you, you guys. That was Nay. She's saying, listen, she loves Cardi B. But Cardi got to be careful. Listen, I know somebody asked me, Queen Sheba, did you see the video of the young lady that came out and defended herself? Oh, I got it. Thank you, y'all. I'm going to play it. This is the braider. I wish I could share what I want to share. And if you were here, can I share it? You know what I'm talking about. Can I? And I won't go into too much detail, but I know why the braider came out and defended herself. Let me just say this. I'm not a big YouTube channel, but a lot of people come over here. And I'm going to just say that without giving up too information. A lot of people come over here. And that's the way I like it. I don't reveal sources. I don't reveal private conversations. And that's how I know that Chef is not a professional, but how you conduct yourself. The proof is always in the pudding. I was going to tell y'all something about professionalism, but it slipped my mind. And let me get my sticky note so that if it comes back to me, I'll be able to jot it down. That's not a professional. And I was going to tell y'all something. How do you know? I was going to say, how do you know? Because I was talking about how we talked about the side never wants to be the side. The sneaky link never is happy with being a sneaky link. And some of them can wait you out for a long time. And I think where I was going to go with that was, how would you know? What signs to look out for? And I think I'm going to come back to that. Give me a second. What signs to look out for? But this is what I would like to do. We were talking. I had an opinion. I did on the braider. I don't think I'll be able to look at it. Hold on. Let me see. I got it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I had an opinion on the braider because what I said to Cardi in a short, I said, listen, you're going to have to go ahead and clean house. And this isn't personal. I would give any woman this advice. I don't care who I'm using. Once you are caught up in a scandal with my family, I'm going to have to clean house. I have to start from scratch. Just the fact that your name is floating out there and there's a possibility that it could be 50-50. True or not true, me as a wife, as the head of my house in a particular aspect, I'm cleaning house. I can't even afford to take the chance and the opportunity, even if you are innocent, because it's the fact that you put yourself in that position as a professional, right? Now, Cardi's not married to Stefon Diggs. They're already broken up, right? But let's just say, hypothetically, you have a braider, you have a chef that are nice girls, really nice girls. They not doing nothing with these guys. They're not spending the night. There is no question about where they stand as it relates to themselves and their character and their professionalism. That's easy to defend. Very easy to defend as a woman, whether you're married to him, whether you're not married to him. You can defend that because there's never ever been a question of how they interact. And if something comes out where he was inappropriate as a woman who's dealing with him, you can defend her. You can curse his ass out behind her. You can say, what the hell were you thinking behind her? Because that you are taking advantage of your help. This is your leadership position, yada, yada, yada. But when you start to cross lines, no matter if you've known him longer than me and you're sleeping on the sofa at the wee hours of the night and he's in your room having a business meeting, no. Let me tell you why I say, because that I can't teach you how to set boundaries. I can't teach you and enforce and tell you how that looks from the outside looking in, whether it's innocent or not. You have to know that for yourself because that is still her child's father. She's got to interact with him whether she wants to or not. So, as for me, and when I say Cardi B, you got a clean house, listen, you can braid his hair. You just not braiding my kids' hair anymore. That's what I mean. It's just too much. I don't even want to think about it if it's true. You said there is a reason Cardi acted the way she acted at the Super Bowl. I'm sure. Yeah. Same thing with men. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you got a fella around your woman, whether he's your barber, a dude that cut your yard, and there's rumors that he could have possibly been doing something to your wife with your girl. True or not? Y'all, you clean house. What are we doing? You clean house. Doesn't make it true. I just clean house. That's it. That's all. But this is so she came out and y'all say she defended herself. And I understand that, but let's take a look. I haven't heard it before, but let's watch it together. Here we go. All right. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Hi, my name is Shy Charles. Many of you might know me for owning a hair salon in Brooklyn.
Can y'all hear it?
Many of you might know me for doing certain celebrity braids. Guess this is my story time. So unfortunate. It is now 2:34 a.m. in the morning, and I cannot sleep. And I guess I just need to tell who I am, and my story. What many of you might not know is that I moved to this country in 2017. I came from Tobago. Um, I didn't have a plan. I had just finished, well, college. I had done a degree in economics and law, and I moved to America because I wanted a change of environment. I wanted something different. I came here January 2017, and I didn't have money. I was fresh out of school. I didn't have money. Um, I was living with my mother, who left when I was 4 years old. The first time I saw her was 21 years later, when I finally got a visa to see my mother. And yeah, moved in with her. Didn't have a plan, didn't have money, but I had a skill. I could do hair, I could braid hair. And I just started braiding hair out of a kitchen because I was just there, not doing, I was in America, not doing anything. I realized that yo, I can make money from this, because I started doing her friends here. I started doing my cousins here, and people on the street would see it and they would tell other people about it. Um, Thankfully, I met someone on Instagram. Her name was Tifa, and her father owned a barbershop right across the road from where my mom was living. My mom lived on 93rd and Church. The barbershop was on 94th and Church. And so God favored me, because I started working there. I just had to cross the street and I started working. I started braiding hair from this barbershop. As time progressed, I realized, yeah, this could actually make money. I was making more money than people that went to school with me, you know? And I started liking it. I started gaining a lot of clientele. I started like meeting a lot of people in America, because again, I didn't grow up here. I just moved here like fresh off the boat in 2017. I didn't know that many people here. So I started like making friends here and building a community here. And I genuinely like meeting my clients, and like people from way back then could testify, like I really like heavily asked Tifa, like love my clients. Like, yeah. So I started off there, and I see how like braiding hair could become a career. Because honestly, like I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to go to NYU to become a lawyer, but I didn't know how expensive it was. And so I pivoted. I realized I could make a career out of braiding, and so I started braiding full time. Yeah. As time progressed, I moved out of my mother's apartment. I found an apartment on Pitkin Avenue, and
Okay, so she's just giving a little bit of background about how her journey came to be here in America from Trinidad. She got here in 2017. She was really good at what she did. And I think she said that for maybe her mom was here, or she didn't see her mom until like her 20s, because maybe her mom was here or something like that. It's a very low volume. But the point is, she working her way up to how she came to be, and working with celebrities. And she said she just loved her clients. So she's going to finish.
it was a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and I split my apartment in half. I started braiding hair out of one side, and I started living out of the next side. And no one knew I lived there. Well, probably a few people, my closest clients, knew I lived there, but others, they just thought I just did hair out of of a studio space, I'd assume. And I worked my ass off from sundown to sun up. I worked my ass off from sun up to sundown. But when I first started, I would start the day 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, finish 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I saved my money. I worked hard. I worked my ass off. I built my clientele. I have an amazing clientele from beyond celebrities. That's why I would never put in my bio that I'm a celebrity braider, because like my diehard clients that I met in the beginning when I first moved here, I would never put like all my clients are celebrities. The ones that I met on 94th and Church, the one that came to me on Pitkin in the hood.
I may have to go ahead and fast forward because I'm waiting for her to get to the point, but let's see.
Where people was getting shot outside. Like those are my clients. Like I love all my, anybody knows me, sorry for this, anybody knows me, know how I am. They know, I don't even want to say, ask anybody who knows me. Ask my staff at the salon, ask anybody that has interacted with me. They know how genuine I am. So, saying all that to say, work my ass off, saved up my money, bought a house, got a salon, built an amazing clientele, have amazing partnerships from being an immigrant, that came here in 2017. It has not been that long. I have been grinding from the time I came to America. Ask anyone, there's always bags beneath my eyes because I'm never sleeping. I'm always working. I work hard. I'm a person of integrity. I am very professional. Ask any one of my clients. So it's so disheartening to come in here at 2:40 a.m. in the morning to give us story time, to speak about my credibility and my integrity and my profession.
I don't think you should have came on at 2:40 as a professional. I think you hire somebody to make a statement about your dedication and your commitment to your clients and your continued, what do I want to say, moving forward. You will continue to conduct yourself in a professional manner. See, that's what I'm talking about. The world has afforded us a beautiful ability to work for ourselves, to be able to make money like we've never made it before. But because you do have high profile relationships, you're going to have to step up. The work ethic I get, and you've established that, but now you got to sharpen up with the professionalism. You still can't be spending the night at your client's house. I don't give a damn if your flight is 6 hours. Ma'am, you say you make a lot of money. You've got to book these hotels before you even come into town. You got a place to stay. And here's the thing about Not only that, Stefon, what I'm starting to see is a lot of people around you, even though you pay them well, still depend on you because there's no reason that chef and this braider should not have had a place to go because you pay them well. And when you're off the clock, you're off the clock. It's not my responsibility as your boss to give you my couch to sleep on or to make sure that you have somewhere to go. You make ample amount of money, right? And I expect that when you're done, bye, love you, see you later. You have to get a hotel. You are a professional. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You should never feel comfortable taking the stand and swearing under oath that you slept on a man's couch after you finished a job. That is unprofessional. And I'm not attacking you, but I hope you take what you need from this to really say, you know what? Okay, here's a little bit. That's a learning curve. So from here on out, this is how I'm going to move to make sure there's no question ever, not even just for you, but you have a boyfriend, one that you probably love. It's the principality. You don't even want his friends clowning him. Y'all get what I'm saying. Come on now. Whether you did or not, it's the perception of it. It's the unprofessionalism of it. Now, if we can get on the shelf, we can get on you. You got to go home, sweetheart. You got to already have your stuff, your travel. A couch in a man's house, a single man's house. I don't care how many baby mamas he have. If you're not interested in him, that should never be an option, period. That should never be an option. If you are not interested in him, I don't give a damn how long you've been braiding his hair. You have to maintain professionalism. Lady Rosa, if you want my services, I require a flight and a hotel. And as a matter of fact, I don't even want you booking it. Either you let your travel person book it or you send me, because now, listen, it's weird out here. It's weird out here. Because we know who books the room get the keys. And even if you trust, don't trust that much. Don't ever trust somebody more than you trust yourself, because they can still get a key to the room because it's under their account. It's under their under their name, their business. So even that, I was like, you know what? Either you can reimburse me or here's the hotel. And if you just want to cash out me or Zelle me, I'll book the room. Therefore, I know you ain't coming in my late at night. I'm sleeping with the fan on. One eye don't have to be open. Because as a single woman, you got to check everything off. I'm giving y'all game, free game. Unless it's a well-oiled machine. Ain't no man should be booking your hotel neither. And I'm not saying that every man is bad, but that's how you guarantee you straight. No, I'll do it. How would you like to do it? Should we do a reimbursement? Or would you like to advance me the funds? And they'll give you the budget and the hotel that they typically like to choose. I tell you what, I'll go ahead and pay for it now. And then I'll send you the receipt and you can just advance it to me. Or I'll tack it onto the invoice for my services. Right? But you're not putting my hotel in your room. And y'all got to teach your daughters that. Even you men, you got daughters. Say, you know what? You go ahead and get the room. They're going to give you the budget, what the team normally say or whatever. And their choice hotel that they do business with, they probably block off rooms for them. You pay for it and expense it to them. That's it. You said they 2/3? Well, and then not only that, once your services have been paid, don't be expecting these people to be over generous. I think he got a lot, and I don't know if she is or not. See, I don't know. I would have too much pride about myself. I would I wouldn't want them to think that I'm never not well equipped. And I'm not a seasoned traveler in addition to being a great braider or a great chef. No, I have somewhere to go, even if I didn't, child. I'm going to get in that car and go down the street, go down the corner, whatever. But as far as he knows, this lady is a professional. She ain't hanging around waiting for me to offer the couch, waiting for me to offer, hey. And then when you wake up in the couch, right? So now people got to tiptoe around you, offer you coffee, offer you something to eat. That's too close for comfort. That's unprofessional. That's unprofessional. Tamika says the chef was stigmatized. She she wanted I think she fell in love with the lifestyle, the jets, the trap. This man runs his business. Let's take a look. As a matter of fact, don't believe me. Let's listen to let me see if she says anything else about this.
Professionalism, because it goes without saying. The proof is there. Have you seen my Instagram? Have you seen my work? I don't.
No. It doesn't go without saying. It doesn't go without saying. And that's where we lack business acumen. No, it does not go with what we're talking about business acumen. We're not talking about how good you can do braids. We're talking about how well you present yourself. That's a complete difference. I only knew that you spent the night at his house because you testified under oath. So don't assume because what you can do with your hands that it goes without saying. No, it doesn't. The only way it goes without saying is when you get up and go and you walk out the door. That's called, you are, what is it called, y'all? It's a clean handoff. Thank you, CSAT, for the $20 super chat. You says, hello, Queen and Palace. Your thoughts about these women not using condoms. You want my thoughts? I wouldn't be surprised if there are some challenges and issues down there, even if it's not like extensive concerns, serious. But when we talk about, what is it called? Bacterial vaginosis, that. I think it's BV, where women start to develop odors because the man is sleeping with multiple women unprotected. And those women, their yeast is being transferred to each other. You don't know what their eating habits are. You don't know what their personal hygiene habits are. You don't know if they're sleeping with other men. You don't know if he gets to go back and spin the block. Hell, we saw Cardi get in the car with him on her birthday. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if there's some issues. And the thing about bacterial issues, everybody is supposed to be taking the medicine. You can't just take it and go sleep with him. If you're familiar with how healthcare works and medicine, all of them would have to be taking it. And then he would have to only sleep with one or use protection every time. So we know that's not happening. So it's a recurring, thank you, BV. It's a bacterial. Yeah, it's a recurring effect. What is it called? Infection. That's my thoughts on that. So now, follow me. Okay, now you really got me thinking now. So then you say, well, why are these women still sleeping with him? Because they don't want to take that odor to somebody else. It will be safe to sleep with him. He's the one giving it to him. She go run and get medicine and have I don't know how often he rotates them, but whatever their schedules are, and he flies them in and flies them out, however he chooses them. Then she take her medicine or go back to the doctor. Oh, I got infected again. Because he ain't tripping, but she can't go to a new man like that. And that's how you see a man like that bag all these girls. And you keep saying, why these girls won't leave? You can't take that to another man. Even if you're beautiful, he gonna be like, well, hold on, what is that? You can't. So that's why you say all these beautiful girls, why they still with so-and-so? Why they won't date nobody else? I just told you. Because they keep sleeping with them, becoming reinfected, not taking enough time, still addicted to the lifestyle. And the lifestyle requires every now and then, if you want to, you remember they just showed Blueface. What's that girl name? She's pregnant for him. Came over. I saw a clip on Instagram. Came over, threw a fit because he had other girls in the house. He's filming with them, sleeping with them. He said they was his cousins. The point is, in order for her to leave, she said, give me $2,000, Nivea. She said, give me $2,000. He said, go ahead and leave and I'm going to send it to you. She said, nah, you got to give it to me before I leave in order for me to leave. He said, you act like I won't send it. Well, here's the thing. You probably won't. So why do these girls continue to do this and hang out and sleep? Well, I just got $2,000. I don't work. I'm on his couch all day. I'm hoping he invite me to the game. And then when he feels like it, he'll have sex with me unprotected. I sit around. I don't think now let me tell you something now. Now we're finna really get into it. Let me drop the link in case anybody wants to come up. I don't think these men are having to hand out as much money anymore as much as y'all think they are. I think the women know that it's tacky to ask unless they just tacky. And I think how the game is going now, if you're good enough, maybe he'll put you up. Maybe you'll get a bag. He's going to cover your flight. He's going to buy you something to eat. You get to spend a night and this and this and that. But after a while, as you progress and work your way up, you might get an apartment if you get pregnant. You might get a room. But for the most part, the women have become a little bit more savvy. I'm not going to ask for it, so I don't appear to be a gold digger. I'm going to duck him and suck him when he wants me to. And every now and then I may hint that I miss work or I may this and that, and then he going to throw me $2K. And that's how that looks. Unless she got her own. Unless you dealing with somebody that got her own. You say these hoes are still handing. Yeah, they handing out money, but to who they want. Everybody ain't getting money, I don't think. What? You say charges what from the police about HIV? So it's a whole level of expectation. You see a shit. 50 Cent broke up with what's her name? What's the girl name? Cuban doll? Cuban? No, I want to say it right. Is it Cuban? She asked him for $10,000. He broke it off. Now, as long as that girl been with you, they was together 2.5, 3 years. He never asked him for nothing. Never asked him for nothing. But the moment she asked him for $10K, he cut her off. He cut her off. These men are not. Now they get purses. They gonna get all that. But they don't get enough to have a life. Should the relationship end? Is it Cuban doll or Cuban links? Child, they be China doll, Cuban doll, white doll, black doll, Japanese doll, Mexican doll. So the men are becoming savvy too, because they can say, I can act like I'm about to give her something. I can act like I'm about to put her up. I can, shit, a steak. I was gonna buy that anyway. I can write that off. And they do it until they switch and swap you out. And they keep sleeping with them. And keep sleeping with them unprotected. So I hope I answered your question, which was your thoughts about not using condoms. And can I be honest? You know what? And half of them want to get pregnant anyway, because you can secure the bag. If I get pregnant, I'm securing the bag. I'm going to get my money. So yeah, I'm going to take the chance, even if I have to go back to the doctor every freaking week. See, even if I get reinfected every freaking week, I'm going to just do it. Because if I can get that baby up out of him, I'm straight. I'm straight. Did I lie? You say this girl says Stefon Diggs was running a bed and breakfast. That is funny. That is funny. And you said now she's about to graduate. I think Cuban link or Cuban doll. But you know what? He don't care. I don't think. Let me just say this real quick before I go on to the next clip. I don't think a lot of women understand men, especially men at a different echelon. You're not walking into love. You're walking into strategy. You're not walking into a situation where this man is about to fall madly in love with you. You are there for a duty. You are there as a trophy. If you are chosen, you are there to fulfill his needs. Um, there used to be a show on HBO. I used to watch it all the time. And they talk about the football teams. What was the name of it? I loved it many years ago. As they get, prepare for playoffs, they would like highlight different teams. What was it called, y'all? I doubt it. That's a good discussion. I'm gonna come back to this. You say Carucci's getting to the bag. I promise. I doubt it. Not with no Dion. Hell to the no. I doubt it. But I see why you say that. As a matter of fact, Lady Rowe, just for GP, I'm gonna say I completely 1,000 disagree. If you want, baby, and I know you follow Deion Sanders. I have since I'm a native Texan, ever since he came to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna come back to that. Hard Knocks. Love the show. Love Hard Knocks. One of my favorites. Loved it, loved it, love it. Love it. I think he used to come on Sunday mornings. And then the former players, if they did like interview them, they would talk about how hard it was after life after football because they are so used to getting what they want. They are so used to being the center of attention, the lights, the camera, the action, the adrenaline rush. Those men, I'm going to say probably about, if I had to guess, 70%, unless you get them young, are not in love with you. Does not make them a bad guy. Follow me at all. But he's sold out to the game. Dion tells y'all that all the time. I am married to the game. And women hear what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. I'm married to the game. I can't allow no woman to distract me. I mean, well, I'm going to put you in this house. I'm going to give you some kids. You have access to everything except me and my heart and my time. But you knew that. I've been playing Pony League football since the day I turned 5. This is my life. And if you come into my life, you have to understand this is my life and my world, not yours. And that's going to look different for you. But if you know, you know. And these women trick themselves every day. And they make promises that they can't keep. I'm not saying all these guys are bad, but if you really understand what it's like to be with an athlete, they're married to the game in most cases. Now, you get some that lose everything, like Tyreek Hill. He looking real bad out here. He got caught slipping. That girl, her and her mama, the way they finesse the bag. Because, see, y'all have a prototype. So you get what you pay for. And Pretty is making you pay every day. And I'm not saying other women aren't. But when you want an exotic car, the sticker price is a little bit higher. Come on, can I really go there? Now the girls know. The exotics know. Well, shit, I'll pretend to be in love. I'm going to do all that. I'm going to do all that. And he hit me. Mom, can you record it? And he hit me. Am I lying? He hit me. Your Honor, I'm going to need a Maybach. I'm going to need a Bentley. He tried to take the baby. I heard him say, I didn't hear him threaten that baby, but that's what she was saying. I listened to it. This was a setup. I heard her mom, don't you touch that baby. Now, you know he wasn't finna hurt that baby, but I get it, sis, because I'm a woman too. Oh, y'all set him up for the Hail Mary. Girl, touchdown. Touchdown. Oh, yeah. The game has been activated. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Either way, it's almost like Squid Games. It just depends, baby. Copperhead, rattlesnake, rattlesnake. Copperhead, copperhead. Snakes eat the snakes. May the best snake win. The girls are playing the game too. The girls are playing the game too. We can break it down from any angle, any level. You want to talk about the men? We can talk about the men. You want to talk about the sides? We can talk about the sides. You want to talk about the exotics? We can talk about that. We want the strippers? What? We can break it down. The game has been activated. I do think Dion genuinely likes Carucci. We getting off topic now because I said I was going to come back. I do. But is she getting the bag? Hell to the no. Dion, one thing about Dion, he has a right state of mind for his world. I think she gets access to some things. I do. And I think as long as she's with him, she gets to enjoy the house. If he buys a house overseas, she gets to enjoy his Texas ranch. She gets to enjoy all of that. Did you not hear him jokingly say, listen to this, the other day to Deandra? What do you think about people? And he was joking, but my grandmother said the truth comes out in jokes. What do you think about people that misuse and abuse their Nike privileges? And Deandra says, who? I know you're not talking about Bucky, Shiloh, Shador, Bossy, and went down the line. He was kidding, but he was serious. And then she figured out he was talking about Carucci. Now, Dion get all these Nike clothes for free, but watching how much she orders. I don't think she get into the bag like that. I think he's going to allow her to enjoy a particular part. But I think they live together now. I don't think she's actively working. Because when he cut Pilar loose, he sent her back to her house. Did you see that? And I say, there he is. That's that Dion that I know. Way back when I was watching him that had that show. That's the Dion that used Tracy Edmonds Roberts to get him the show. Kept that lady hanging on for 15 years. And never married her. And she left with what she came with. That's the Dion I know. That put Pilar's ass out. I'm just saying, it's just a different of opinion. I'm not saying I don't think she getting to, not on Dion's time. She ain't. I don't think. I could be wrong. But watch this. And if she is, then she got the game. She know the game. Sit back. Relax. Don't push. Put up with everything. Don't get mad. Don't do. And look, you can't even fart in front of Dion. You got to go to the next room. Y'all, listen. Y'all remember him, Ocho and Shannon Sharp were talking? And he says, a woman can't fart around me. So Dion runs a tight ship. I'm just saying. Y'all don't remember that? Shannon Sharp and Deion Sanders said a woman cannot ever fart around them. I'm not saying they could or should, but that's how much of a no, look, that's how much of a tight ship. Don't ask me if I do that. Listen, we're talking about Dion and Shannon. And Ocho came in and said, are you serious? So in the middle of the night, you gonna make her hold it? He said she better get up. And he was dead ass serious and go to another room. We talking about them in their public conversation. If he runs that tight of a program, right, where you have to get up in the middle of the night, and then Ocho said, well, gas can kill you. He said, I don't care. I don't think he handing out bags. You said that nigga got 8 toes and no bladder. Nobody could pass gas. He was dead ass serious. If y'all remember that. And Shannon Sharp too. And Shannon ain't even married. Shannon said the white women can't fart around him neither. So I'm just. But look, let me go to this next clip. We got to get up out of here. Hold on, y'all. All right. I want to, let me just real quick. This is the chief of staff for Stefon Diggs. She did a really good job. She seemed extremely credible. She seems like she does her job very well. She joined his team in 2023. And I felt like she sealed the deal for the win. I think it was because of her. She was professional. She was articulate. Um, Real quick, let me go to Queen Tosa. Welcome, Queen Tosa. I don't know what part of the show you coming in, but what are your thoughts? Queen Tosa, welcome. In 5.
Hey, Queen. I just wrote in. I'm still going to listen in, but what I want to say is for that chef, she acted so inappropriately. Her work ethic was off the chain. When you talk about, I'm just here to make some money, and then this man starts coming on to me, you have a choice to say no, and you don't always have to go along with what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Because you lose yourself. At the end of the day, this man has millions of dollars. This man has access to resources that you have no clue about. You get what I'm saying? And I just felt like she just came in with ulterior motives. She knew that she was beautiful. Why not put on maybe like like one of them skirts that go all the way down to your legs, and then put on, a nice little top. After that that first encounter, I would have came back with a dress long to my damn feet. Which, okay, you can't see these curves because guess what? I'm here to cook your meal. I'm not here to prance off my shape. And then I know that you're in a relationship with a superstar. Who didn't know that he was dealing with that woman? And if he wasn't dealing with her, he made about 8 to 10 babies last year, allegedly.
Mm.
Can I stay up?
Oh, look, I'm gonna drop because okay, so you came in we passed that part, but I'm gonna drop
Oh,
you down and you can come back if I hit something else, okay?
okay. Thank you. All
Okay, no
right.
problem,
I'll
no
see you in a
problem.
minute.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Okay, that was Queen Tosa. Listen, I know some of y'all are just joining the show. If you are, listen, you got to speed it up and come to the end of the video so y'all can catch up to where we are. Yes. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. You said they was smashing before she became his chef. That's the point I was going to make. Just I've been with him for years. So was she. For years. They started off as friends. Sue said she would have had that long skirt on with no undies, no drawers, probably. Look. All right. So let's get into this real quick. I really feel like the chief of staff did a really good job. And Stefon, I think she sealed the deal for you. Give her a raise. I know you have her at 5,000 and you put the chef at 8. You need to go ahead and bump her up to at least 6,500. I think that would be fair. All right. Let's take a look. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me get it teed up for the part that she is going to describe not the layout of the house, but I want her to get to the point where she's describing, I think, his schedule. Let's listen.
Right. And have you lived in different places, or have you
Correct.
helped kind of secure
Yes.
housing over different places?
Yes.
And where's that been the last few years?
When I first started with him, it was between Buffalo, Houston, Miami, and then as of the past season, Dedham, Massachusetts.
All right. How did that house in Dedham, Massachusetts come to be the place where Mr. Diggs lived? I got connected with a realtor through a mutual business associate, and he found this open home for rent because the goal is to rent a home. And so they found this space, and we looked at it. We did the walkthrough, and it was pretty much the only one that was really available in the area because it was super limited. And
so whenever Stefon came to New England or whatever, they didn't have a lot of choices with homes. I found that interesting. But let's continue.
Let me just stop you there. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So you were involved essentially in setting up that house?
Correct.
All right. I want to talk to you for a moment as well about other employees, contractors, those types of things.
Okay.
Are you involved at all in hiring or kind of arranging different services?
Yes.
Right. And so what would those be? generally speaking? During the season, it would be his wellness and maintenance schedule. So it's massage therapists, nurses for his IV therapy, hair, nails, esthetician, just pretty much did regular maintenance on his body to just keep him going throughout the season.
Okay. And in terms of any other employees, have you had to try to, arrange for flights,
Yes,
drivers?
correct.
What about a chef?
This past one, we were just familiar. He was friends with her.
All right.
Okay. That's the point of contention. The jury didn't catch it, but I did. If I was on the jury, I would have caught it. Now, Stefon, you walked yourself into this. This was a credible person, right? The chief of staff. What she just said on the stand is she does the hiring. But with this last chef, and she hired the last chef before that, but with this one, she didn't have a say-so. She didn't have a say-so because he had a previous relationship with the chef. So he hired her outside of normal recruiting efforts. I would have caught that as the jury. And not only, okay, so Stefon, you creating your own problems, but let's go. You lucky the jury didn't catch that.
All right, let me go back before. Have you hired chefs before? In the past?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Yes.
In terms of just kind of the process of hiring drivers, chefs, masseuses, anybody else, is there a normal process for engaging someone for their services?
We vet them out. I typically have, I ask someone that was already a trusted resource, and I vet them out through them. We get paperwork. We come to agreements to terms. Sometimes they have a contract. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have an NDA. Sometimes they don't. It really is dependent on the relationship. And also, especially if they're new, they get the full on package, basically. NDA.
All the paperwork you just
W-9,
described.
correct.
Okay. So you mentioned you didn't have paperwork for the most recent chef. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
And what's that person's name?
Mila.
Oh, Stefon, you barely made it by the hair of your chinny chin chin, because you didn't have, if they had a sharp woman on that jury, she would have said, hold on, something's up with this. I kind of believe her now, because typically he operates as a professional. He has a well-oiled machine, right? Why would he break all of his rules and all protocols when it comes to this girl? I get all of that. We're not talking about being friends. We're talking about him being a professional athlete, denying any wrongdoing, adhering by, this is how I run stuff, da-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm just saying, it's not against the law to be friends, but I would start to question just a little bit if I were a juror, but they didn't catch that. You get what I'm saying? Because you didn't go through proper protocol that you would normally go through to hire this one. She didn't sign an NDA. She didn't fill out an application. You didn't check her resume. She didn't have to go through an interview. You basically, and thank you, you're setting yourself up for a lot of trouble. And she could file for sexual harassment. You didn't have anybody to vet her. You didn't do a background check. You didn't check her credentials. You should have let this young lady here, your chief of staff, do her damn job, even if you were you had a sexual interest with her. That's all I'm saying. A sexual interest in her.
Mila.
Do you know Mila's last name?
Adams.
All right. When did Mila Adams start working as the chef?
July of 2025.
Where did she work?
In Dedham at the house.
All right. Did she live in the house as well?
Correct.
Who were the other people who spent time in that house and or lived in it?
Spent time in it. I spent time in it when I would visit for games. His brother visited, one of his childhood best friends, photographer, videographer, mom, and other business associates and any friends that would come and visit.
Okay. Were there kind of permanent or assigned bedrooms in that house?
There was a general understanding of whose room, who stayed in which room, and pretty much if you got there, it's like first come, first serve. So there was only just 2 assigned rooms.
All right. Did Mr. Diggs have an assigned room?
Correct, he did.
And where was that house?
It was the main primary bedroom. When you walk upstairs, there's the first immediate bedroom. There's a landing and a laundry room, and it's the first immediate bedroom to your right.
All right. You just walked us in the house there for a moment. Could you just describe what the layout of the downstairs looks like?
So generally, there's a big grand foyer. When you walk into the house from the front door, there's a formal living room. To the right, there is a office. To the left, when you walk up, it's about 2 steps and you go up, there's a formal dining room on the right. And then you walk up, it's an open concept. So it's an open living room and an open kitchen to the front of you. To the left of that is the stairs going upstairs to the 4 bedrooms. And then there's a stairs that go downstairs right underneath the stairs that go up to 2 bedrooms in the basement.
Okay.
So it's like 6 or 7 houses. I mean, I'm sorry, 6 or 7 bedrooms in this house. And it sounds like there's 2 to 3 levels in the home.
Did Miss Adams have a room in that house?
She did.
Where was that?
So when you walk upstairs to the landing part, to the 3rd floor, you walk up the 2nd flight of stairs, which is about 4 or 5 steps. There's a bedroom to the right, and then there's 2 bedrooms to the left. She lived, her room was the last bedroom all the way down the hallway on the left side.
I think you just described that this was an open set.
Yes, it's open. So it basically looked like there was a bridge, like a U bridge from the upstairs looking down, because the middle of the house, you can look down and you can see everything.
Okay.
And you can look up and you can see the hallways of both going into all 3 bedrooms.
Understood. So different people at the house. Did you have a key?
I had a key to the front door.
Okay. Were there any other security systems set up at the house other than just locks?
The garage, and then doors for like her bedroom and his bedroom.
Okay. I want you to hear one thing she's about to say.
Okay. And that is that
in his closets.
All right. Any other measures on the house?
Garage door. I know there was a ring camera system, an alarm system, but other than that, nothing out of the ordinary.
Got it. So I want to direct your attention to December 2nd, 2025.
Okay.
Were you working that day?
Yes.
Where were you?
I was at the house. It was the day after the Monday night football game, and I had a hair appointment because we were getting ready to leave for a trip.
Where were you going?
Miami, Florida.
Who was going to Miami, Florida?
Miami trip consisted of Mr. Diggs, myself, his brother, his childhood best friend, and another close friend of his.
So that's 5 people without counting Cardi B and the other people that are supposed to go.
Who had made the arrangements to get that group of people to Miami?
Me.
When did you start making those arrangements?
The week prior, once we figured out the logistics. I typically try to do things a few days prior just because of the requirements that some of the travel vendors need from us, and because it's such a busy week. So I try to book as soon as possible.
All right.
So listen, she named 5 people. If you take her out of the equation, that's 4 men in that house with that chef, including Stefon. If you were able to watch the entire testimony, those are things that stand out to me. As I begin to say, is this woman a professional versus not a professional? Why? Because unless those are your brothers, close family members, I would never put myself against all odds as a woman in a house full of men. Even with men that have never, crossed the line with me like that, because you don't know how people are when they're drinking. You don't know how people are when they're under the influence. So when I vet out someone's professionalism, I also have to think about, does she have common sense? Let's continue.
All right. What was going on in Miami?
He had Art Basel, which is an art festival, art fair, and he was showcasing he was debuting his furniture line.
Right, so Mr. Diggs has a furniture line?
Correct.
Did y'all know that Stefon Diggs owns a furniture line?
That week, was he not working? Was he missing a game? What was happening?
So Monday night, he had the Monday night football game, and it was going into his bye week.
What's a bye week?
Bye week is pretty much the 1 week that the NFL gives to 2 players where they're pretty much off. They just have to report back on the scheduled day that it's typically like 4 or 5 days off, no meetings. They can go on vacation. They come back that Monday.
All right.
Regular schedule programming.
And the plan was to go to the Art Basel, is
Correct.
What it's called?
Correct. Yes.
In Miami during the bye week.
Yes.
Anything else going on in Miami?
We were also celebrating his birthday.
What day is his birthday?
November 29th.
Right. So
this girl, that's why she was fighting so hard to go to Miami. You see how she, not the chief of staff. You remember when they said, well, what was going on in Miami? She said Art Basel. No, that ain't the only thing that was going on in Miami. They all stayed in Miami. Listen to this, for a whole week. Y'all, this woman wanted to pretend like she was the main chick. She wanted to be at all of the birthday parties. And it pissed her off when he sent her ass home. Listen, it pissed her off. That's why she filed them charges. That lady wanted to be front and center in her own twisted, wicked way, like she was the main. Let's continue.
His birthday had already come and gone, correct?
Yes.
All right. Was there a birthday party that week?
There were at his house or in Miami?
In Miami, I mean.
In Miami, correct, there was.
You mentioned that there was a game the night before. What time's the Monday night game start? If you know?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So you know when it ends?
Probably midnight, and we probably didn't get out of there until like 2 a.m., maybe 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
So that morning you said you were getting a hair appointment?
Mm-hmm.
Where was that?
It was at the Dry Bar in Chestnut Hill, and my appointment was at 10 a.m.
How did you get there?
I drove.
Do you have a car?
No.
Whose car did you drive?
I drove Mr. Diggs' car.
Got it. And how long did that take you to get to the hair appointment, if you remember?
About 30, 35 minutes because of traffic and the weather.
You mentioned that there was a Ring video system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you to take a look at a video that is on Exhibit 11.
I like that you call that out, Amber, when you said, and then she tried to stay in his house while he was in Miami. He was like, no, like she the main, like she's a wife. You said Mila is one. Both of them are lucky this didn't go bad because they both were playing a very dangerous game. They were both. For him to be sleeping with her, knowing that he's with Cardi and having Cardi and her kids in there and his other kids and their baby mama, now you wrong as hell for that. Because somebody would snap on you knowing that this lady cooking for their kids. And you have a whole thing with her, knowing that they been chilling with her, having wine with her. And people don't like them kind of games. Men don't even like those kind of games. Men be unaliving women left and right just because they thought they were cheating, just because she wanted to get a divorce. Y'all be playing some dirty games. That lady was playing some dirty games. One of the women could have snapped off on her playing with their kids like that. It ain't even about me. It's the kids. No, ma'am. I would have never let you have access to my kids, y'all. That's Stefon. I hope, boy, baby, look, it's all on you next time. But listen to this. Let's continue. So she's describing how generous he is, that there's a car that they all get to use. It's a Porsche.
One moment. That's fine.
Let me speed it up. He just wants to say, who is this in the car? Here we go. This is the car that Stefon drives.
Yes, if we could play that.
That is a Maybach.
For the record, that's a video ending in the number 602. Do you recognize what we just saw there?
Yes, that's Mr. Diggs' Maybach.
Okay. And what's happening?
He left for work.
Where were you?
I was in the car, probably waiting to leave and just warming up the car to go.
Okay. And you weren't in that car that we just saw drive out?
I was in his Porsche.
Miss Salas, we just watched a video off of Exhibit 11. And I think you said that was Mr. Diggs going to work?
Correct.
What kind of car was that?
A Maybach.
Okay.
Now they finna go to a different video. I got to
watch that.
speed it up. He's gonna say, this is her.
If we could pause it right there real quick. All right, so do you recognize what that video depicts?
Yes.
What's that?
It's the Porsche leaving the house.
Who's driving that? That's you leaving the house?
Yes.
All right. And if I could direct your attention here, the time on the exhibit is 9:26 Eastern Standard Time on December 2nd.
So that's about 9:26 a.m. It corroborates her story that day is the day that the chef said that Stefon physically assaulted her and attempted to strangle her. Why are they doing this? Because they're creating a timeline. They're also establishing who was in the house. They can document by video surveillance, right? Okay, he left at this time to go to football practice. She left at this time to go get her hair done. So now you got the chef in the house with three other dudes. So let's continue.
2nd, 2025?
Correct.
Does that sound about right for when you left the house that morning?
Yes. Because my appointment was at 10 a.m.
Okay. So looking at that image, can you tell us, kind of just orient us on what we're looking at there?
The car, so that's the front of the house, and there's a long driveway that goes towards the back of the house to a 3-car garage, and a driveway where you can probably fit maybe 2 or 3 more cars in the actual plot in front of the garage.
All right. Is there a way to enter the house through the garage?
Yes, there's an entry door going straight into the grand foyer of the house. There's the basement entry stairwell, a powder room on the right, the entry stairwell to the basement to the left. And when you walk straight, there's a grand foyer. In front of you is a dining room, and then the formal living room. And then to the left is the living room and the kitchen.
Okay.
And the stairwell going up to the 3rd floor.
Now we're about to get into, did she cook that day?
Going upstairs.
Yes.
All right. And so did you go through the garage to drive that Porsche out that morning?
Yes.
Do you remember getting back to the house?
Yes.
Do you remember what time that was?
It was in the afternoon after I had ran my errands from my hair appointment.
Okay. What I would ask is if Miss Silva could play a video with the last 3 numbers, 637, off of that same exhibit. All right. So do you recognize what that depicts?
Yes, it's the car returning home.
And is that you driving the car?
Yes.
All right.
So she leaves at 9:30. She gets back about 1 p.m., 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. She was gone about 3.5 hours. So now we're going to get into, did the assault take place based on the time frame and who's in the house? So now we got her back in the house, the chief of staff. The chef is in the house, plus 3 other guys.
And the timestamp on that indicates it's 12:59:59 Eastern Standard Time. So it's just about 1 p.m. Is that consistent with your recollection when you got home?
Yes.
What were you doing that day after you got your hair done?
I was coordinating our travels because I was getting updates from the airport regarding the change of airports, change of planes, and trying to just get everybody together to be ready to leave by the end of the night.
So you were working?
Correct.
And was there an area where you worked in the house?
In the kitchen, in the small little dining table, like in between the kitchen and the living room.
Okay. I'm going to ask Ms. Silva to play one more video for us. That's going to be 183725 on exhibit.
All right. Now they're about to show you when he came home and what time he got home from practice. Here we go. Let me fast forward. All right. This is him coming home.
All right. So it looks like she's paused it here a second into the frame. Do you recognize what's depicted in this video?
So he get home about 3:30.
It's the Maybach coming home.
All right. Is that Mr. Diggs?
Yes.
The timestamp on that looks like it says 15:38 and 51. So maybe 3:39, 3:40 p.m.
Yes.
Is that consistent with your recollection of when you got home?
Yes.
You said you were working that afternoon. Do you know where Mr. Diggs went in the house?
He likely went to say hi to his brothers and then went straight upstairs to take a nap because it's the day after a game.
Objection.
Sustained.
Okay. Where were you sitting?
I was probably walking around the house, either the kitchen, probably going up and down to the basement because I was probably doing laundry, just running around the house.
Objection.
Sustained. That response is stricken from the record.
So they objected because he's saying they're trying to prove she said I was probably either you were there or you weren't, right? And that's fair. So the defense objected.
So let me ask you, you mentioned that you remembered doing something with flights and getting to the airport.
Correct.
What is that? What do you mean?
So because one of the airports that we usually travel frequently at, the Norwood Airport, there's limitations on the planes, and especially if the weather is bad, they typically recommend that we fly into another airport, which was Bedford.
Bedford, Massachusetts?
Correct.
So is that to say the weather was not great?
Correct.
December 2nd?
Correct.
That day, when you were making these phone calls, sending emails, doing whatever work you're doing to coordinate, you said you were downstairs. Did you see anybody else walking around downstairs during that afternoon?
Mila was there, his brother was there, and his childhood best friend, and another friend was also arriving in, who had flown in.
That's a lot of men for Mila to be around. Let's go.
To go to Miami with us.
Okay. You said Mila was there. Did you see her that afternoon?
Yes.
What did she look like?
She looked like she was going to work out. She had workout clothes on. She complimented on my hair. Just regular, just walking around the kitchen, probably around the house. Nothing out of the usual.
Okay. That afternoon, did you, is that the only time you saw Miss Adams? You see her again as the day went on?
In the evening, closer to the evening.
So after dark?
Yes, it was because it was getting dark at like 3 o'clock at that time. So by like 3:30, 4 o'clock, maybe closer to 4:30, it was like dark.
Okay. And so sometime after that, you think you saw Miss Adams again?
Yes, because I was sitting in the kitchen and she had asked me if I purchased her flight.
The flight, was that a flight to Atlanta?
Correct.
All right, now we're about to get into it. So she's doing her job as chief of staff. He's doing his thing, keeping the money coming in and out, going to practice, whatever they got to do after the game, whether it's practice, walkthroughs, but right, they're about to fly to Miami. She confronts the chief of staff and said, "Did you get my ticket to Miami? Basically, am I going with y'all?"
And when you spoke to her that afternoon in the kitchen, did you observe anything on her face?
No.
Anything on her neck?
No.
Did you see any redness or swelling?
No.
Was she crying at all?
No.
What was she doing?
She was walking around looking for a piece of a paper and a pen to write a card, I guess, write a note to him for his birthday gift.
When you say to him,
Y'all caught that?
Oh my God.
Child. Now, this is at this time, this is when she claimed that she had got assaulted and strangled. And he's asking this lady who's testifying under oath, do you remember seeing her? She said, yeah. Uh-huh. When I saw her in the kitchen, she was running around looking for a pen so she can sign his card to put his gifts in his room. Let me ask you, I want to be fair. If somebody just attempted to strangle you, if somebody just physically assaulted you, would your first inclination be to come downstairs and look for a pen to make sure you get your birthday gifts on their bed in time? I'm just asking. That's what she's testifying. Let's continue. She didn't go down there and say, you got to get me out here now. Don't say anything, but Stefon just hit me. Stefon just slapped me. I'm scared. Don't say nothing. Just help me call me an Uber. And then when I'm gone and clean, just help me. Nothing.
is that to Mr. Diggs?
Correct.
And that's that November 29th birthday you just referenced?
Yes.
That afternoon, was there anything on Mr. Diggs' schedule?
He had ozone therapy and a massage.
So is that a nurse who comes and does fluids?
Yes.
And a massage, you said?
He has a massage therapist.
What time were those appointments?
I believe I told them both to come at 5.
So he got home at 3:38 p.m. She had his treatments, his wellness treatments set up for 5 p.m. So we have an hour and a half gap, right? And listen, you have to be fair. So what they're saying is if it did happen, it probably happened between this time. Let's continue.
Do you remember if those individuals actually appeared at the house?
Yes.
Did they?
I believe so.
That afternoon, you said you purchased a flight for Mila Adams to Atlanta?
Yes.
Did you arrange?
See, she didn't even have to purchase her own flight. So she's making $8,000 a month. He's paying for her travel back and forth to work.
To get her to the airport?
Yes.
What time did that happen?
Probably in the 7 o'clock hour because you have to be there an hour before checking in your bag. And it took about 45 minutes to get to the airport. So probably between 7 to 7:30.
You think about.
So if he assaulted her, it would have occurred between shortly after 3:38 p.m. between right before 5 p.m. because that's when the massage therapists and the wellness teams are there, right? And we're going to assume that if they are supposed to administer services at 5 p.m., they need ample time to set up. So that takes us to a smaller window because massage therapists have to lay out their table. They can't be setting that stuff up at 5 when the appointment starts at 5. So now we're talking, he's pulling up to the garage, 3:38 p.m. She said he usually comes right in, go shoot the shit with his brothers. So we're going to give him about 5 to 7 minutes, right? 3:38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Between 3:45 p.m. to approximately, I'm going to say 4:30 p.m. There's a 45-minute window that you're saying he attacked you, give or take. She said wellness came at 5. Well, shoot, that's even, she said 5, didn't she? I thought she said 5. Hold on. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong now. Keep me honest. That's what I thought I heard her say. And then we know you out the door, ma'am, because she said you needed to get in that Uber at 7. So we know he didn't attack you at 5 p.m. or later because he's in his wellness appointments. That's going to take, he has to work with each individual therapist, right? And then they got to go catch their private flight. So you should have been gone before he was done. They made sure that they set her up to get to be out the house. Now, the chief of staff has nothing to do with her accusations or claims. She just making sure that when they leave and they lock up the house, ain't nobody up in there. So that's why her Uber was before everybody else's Uber. Oh, the wellness person came at 4. Okay, so the wellness person testified. Okay, so the chief of staff made a mistake and said 5, but the wellness person said, no, I got to the house at 4. So, girl, we talking a 15-minute window because he pulled up to the house at 3:38 p.m. She said he probably talked to his brothers like he normally do. He does the same thing. But so you mean to tell me that in this 15-minute window, this man came in your room, physically assaulted you, strangled you, and then laid on the table? Look, that's a short time period. And then afterwards, something ain't right. Because the girl said when she saw you, you was running around looking for a pen. Either you made it up or it's not what you say it is. Because if he slapped you between 3:42 and 4 p.m., why would you be downstairs immediately looking for a pen to sign his card? And now I know, damn, something that ain't right. That can't be right. That can't be right. Let's continue.
Think about 7:30.
Yeah.
And so, did she leave the house around 7:30?
She should have left around before 7:30 to get to the airport on time if she was checking in a bag.
And you saw her prior to that,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So is it the encounter you had in the kitchen?
Yes.
With the pen and the card, I think you mentioned?
Yeah, she was running to go to his room to put it on, I guess, his gifts that she was giving him.
Did you end up
So check it out. Did y'all catch that, T? She said she was looking for a pen, running to look for a pen to hurry up and sign the card because so she can put the stuff in his room. That means he wasn't in his room. And you went in his room while he was with the people. While he was in his appointment. See, that's unprofessional to be in his room. You put it on the kitchen table. Put it on the top of the stairs. Put it in the foyer. But you don't go in somebody's room as a professional. Let's continue.
speaking to Mr. Diggs later that evening?
Yes.
And did you see any of those, the card or the presents that you
Yes, there were 2 boxes on his bed from Chanel. One he had opened up and he put on after his massage, and we were getting ready to leave. I told him, we got to pack, we got to go, we got to make this flight.
So we are to believe that he physically assaulted you, strangled you. You came downstairs to look for a birthday card to sign, to wish him happy birthday. He immediately ran to do massage and wellness treatment. You ran in the room, left beautiful Chanel gifts. He comes from his wellness appointment and go, oh, look, let me put on her gift. After I just strangled her and beat her up.
He put the beanie on. There was another box that was unopened, and then there was a green Post-it with whatever note she had on it telling for his birthday.
All right. Prior to, speaking of Mr. Diggs, prior to arranging for Miss Adams' Uber, did you hear anything that afternoon?
No.
Any screams?
No.
Slam doors?
No.
Anything out of the ordinary?
No.
Do you know if Miss Adams cooked dinner that night?
It was like a hot dog. It was like a...
I know you lie. I know you lie. See, I would have just fired you on GP. I'm paying you $8,000 a month. And I can't get a ham sandwich. I'm paying you $8,000 a month. And I pay for the groceries and you cook me a fucking hot dog. Girl, if you don't get your shit and get up out of here and don't ever come back, you really boiled a fucking weenie for me? You boiled me a weenie.
And there was like mustard on it, but it was like left on the counter and it was like dried up. And then in the room, it was like dried up. So there was like 2 that were made.
Let me back you
She made 2 hot dogs.
up on that. Do you know if she did cook dinner that night?
She did.
Where did she do that?
In the kitchen.
And what time did you see that?
I just remember the food being like prepared already.
And you mentioned it was a hot dog or something like that?
Yeah, it was like a hot dog or like, you know, like Auntie Anne's when they have like the pretzel dogs. It kind of looked like that, but it just looked dried up.
This girl done got some damn Pillsbury dough croissants and wrapped them around a weenie. Put the weenies in the oven and put mustard on it and gave them damn people stuff. Gave them people that ain't no damn chef.
Okay. That night, did you all leave for Miami?
Yes.
Then they have one moment, Your Honor. I just want to recap on one issue.
Okay.
I think you said Miss Adams complimented your hair. Did she tell you anything else?
No. She was like, "Oh, your hair's getting long. It looks good." I was like, thank you.
Okay. Did she tell you she was assaulted?
No.
Strangled?
No.
You're the chief of staff?
Correct.
I have no further questions.
I won't care to inquire.
Thank you. Good.
All right, we're going to stop it there. But you get the drift of the conversation. One part I was hoping that you all could hear is where he asked her about her room. Watch this. This is how you can tell professional from unprofessional. She said, "I know where her room is, but I've never been inside of her room." And I said, now that's a professional. Whether she's dealing with Stefon or she's dealing with Mila, she never crossed the boundaries of going into the chef's room, Mila's room. Always holding the lines of professionalism. That's pretty good. I was pretty impressed with her level of professionalism. When I heard her say, now I understand that Stefon writes her check, but the amount of respect that she issues to other people in the home, some people would feel as if because they're chief of staff, they can go in your room whether you are there or not, right? And she says, no, I've never gone into her room. That's when I was like, girl, that man needs to give you a raise because you sealed the deal for him. You helped him by your professionalism and being believable and how you we knew something was going on with them. But Stefon, you got a good worker right there. This lady deserves a bonus. I'm serious. She really does because she handled herself well. And I don't think she did it because she was obligated. I think she did it because it's the truth. And it's easy to tell the truth when the truth is the truth. Now, this is a good question. God bless 1254 said, wait a minute. I thought the criminal case concern was the assault, not if they had a sexual relationship. Well, that's a huge part of the case because she left that information out because that would have made it a domestic violence. But she withheld and omitted the truth from the police when asked. She lied because that would have, I don't know if it would have categorized the criminality different or the criminal assignment differently. And you know why she lied? Because when you have that level of domestic violence, y'all not supposed to be around each other no more. But you was begging to go to Miami. Now, My grandmother always say a smart fool always outsmarts himself. That's why she didn't tell. Because when you get a see, the state will pick up the charges on domestic violence. They don't need her permission no more when they find out that there's an intimate relationship. So all that was I didn't want Cardi to know. You still wanted access to that man. You wanted access to his family, his friends, his workers, his team. And you knew that if you had said that y'all were sleeping together, they would have made sure that he stayed from around you. You can't go to his house. You can't call him. You can't do nothing. And ma'am, you had an obsession with this man, right, wrong, or indifferent. You couldn't imagine the lines of communication being cut off. So you withheld the full truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth because you wanted to maintain a level of control. Even if he did hit you, you still wanted to maintain a level of control to be able to manipulate. And that's why you kept texting to say, you're going to pay me the whole year. You're going to do A, B, C, D. See, you can't do that in a domestic violence case where somebody attempts to strangle you. You got to cut off all form of communication. You said, let me read this one. I think she had said she lived there as well. It wouldn't have been. That's right. She didn't even tell them that you said it wouldn't have been. I think you said, I think had she said she lived there as well, it wouldn't have been. I don't know. They didn't treat it as a DV. That's what I'm saying. Because she omitted information. She wasn't forthcoming. If this man strangled you, I wouldn't give a damn if you sleep with him every day. You got to tell them people. You got to tell that police. Why are you calling the police if you don't want them to help? Why are you calling the police if you're not going to be honest? Isn't the goal is to get justice? So why would you hold back anything that could help your case? You said, I'm surprised his mama ain't pick it up. And the fact that she didn't says a lot, says a whole lot, because as a woman and a mom, I think she knew. I think she knew. You know your son. Oh, I think the mom definitely knew. But I believe because the mom is perhaps financially dependent, the mom's everywhere. You remember they were talking about the mom being at the football game and Cardi was supposed to be there, but another girl was there and he sat this one there and had the mom. The mom knows everything. Everything. And here's the crazy part. You said, watch this. That's what happened. She just really wanted to file a workers' comp, needed a report and went to the police department to get a report. It turned into a criminal case that she wasn't ready for. Here's the thing. This is why I'm saying this girl can't be no chef working for herself because she's supposed to have her own liability insurance, right? And when you have your own coverage, you can also have workers' comp to insure yourself, even if you are the only employee, believe it or not. Believe it or not. That's when all you got to do is start asking people questions. Oh, girl, you got yourself. What? You didn't know that as a business owner? That if you get hurt on the job, whether they have it or not, you can insure yourself as an employee. Oh, yeah, it's very legal. So this is these are just basically high-priced escorts making hot dogs, calling because at one point, hold on. When Mila testified under oath, did you hear her say that she was in her room looking up recipes? She was in her, and I'm not saying chefs don't. I'm not saying chefs don't, but you say you 10 years in the game. You ain't got your 1-2-1-2? And what I mean by that, when you are good, You know, on Thursdays we're gonna have. Oh, he loves his branzino, braised branzino with his garlic butter capers. Maybe on Thursdays we have a little bit of roast beef and uh, whatever kind of pasta because that's a hard practice game. So I know I'm gonna do that pasta that he loves. Saturdays, girl, you ain't got your foundation though. After being 10 years in the game, you say you're a celebrity chef. You ain't got your 1 2 1 2, but every now and then you gonna throw something in there. Nah, you lying. Even women that can cook got our 1 2 1 2. We know on Thursdays, oh, we gonna do this. We don't cook too heavy on da 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 da. Mondays is all, it's each man for themselves. It is what it is. Yeah, you lying. Why you at this point in the game, why are you still looking up recipes? Yeah, this is alive. Welcome. And I'm not saying that they don't, but you really need a full recipe with that level of experience. A lot of chefs just gonna get up in there. They gonna get up in there. They can play with sauces and they can make stuff off the fly. That's all I'm saying. That is all I am saying. And look, we've been on here for over 2 hours. Let me bring up a caller real quick and then I'm out. And welcome back, Queen Tosa. What you got?
Queen, I listened to this, and girl, it's giving that movie Obsessed with Beyonce in it. It's like this is some like Lifetime stuff. You are coming in, and it's the close for comfort. You done said hello to my kids. You didn't, maybe help them out or something like that. That is very creepy. And you're looking at me the whole time, and you got in your mind that you are sleeping with my man. And this is the thing. She know how Cardi is about a man. She was willing to risk it all for real, for real. Like, girl, it's one thing like you don't poop where you lay your head, right? I'm not gonna go on a job and be flirtatious and doing all that because eventually it's gonna get awkward. And first of all, like you said, you pointed this out with the chief of staff. She was very professional. So this is what I want to know. Had she went through that little boot camp or that interview process, she would have gotten ran down the rules of what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. I guess with them being friends and that's his relationship, she didn't overstep her boundaries. She's like, if he's okay with it, then I'm not about to stop my paycheck. But what old girl should have done, she should have been stacking up her checks. And there are plenty of men out there. Girl, while I was in there flipping flipping the burgers or doing a lasagna pack or whatever the case may be, and I would take that point to mingle with the friends on the football team. Like, not nobody in his circle because you don't want nothing to come back and you don't want to be caught for fraternizing. But trust me, I would have some business cards and I would be handing them out to other guys. Like, that's nasty. That's nasty. You sitting up here screwing my man and you sitting up here making food for all of us. And that mama. Listen, this is why some of these men get away with what they get away with because we not checking our children. I love you. I get that, you have a great income. And what I might say might sacrifice it. But at this point, I love you. And what I don't want you to do is get a reputation. What I don't want you to do is come up with something that you can't get rid of. What I want you to do is not put women in predicaments where they end up not hurting themselves or baby hurting you. It's okay to have one. You see what I'm saying? People do crazy things when it comes to love. And when your emotions and your feelings are in it, shit, who's to say, if she stayed a little bit longer and she really didn't get what she wanted and she went to putting stuff in this man's food allegedly. I mean, when you're thinking about a person that don't give a damn about your partner and they are screwing you and smiling in your partner's face, that is a dangerous person. And then you lied. You sat up here and lied. Now you don't have nobody's really going to work with you. Women are going, oh, that's that woman that, oh, she likes to sleep with them. She likes to sleep around. You didn't got that name for yourself. So I think you should have went to therapy, talked to a therapist, got your anger out in there, and then formed your decision. What you did was you formed a decision in the heat of the moment. And what you don't do is you never do two wrong things at the same time. But you went at it in anger, and you wasn't even supposed to be there in that man's bed. You wasn't even supposed to be there in the first place. You supposed to have enough dignity and respect for yourself and your business as a woman. And like you said, chilling at the house with other guys, no, inappropriate. When it is my time to leave, I am going to leave. You make decent money. I'm pretty sure you can get your nice little condo, get your little townhouse,
I
be at
agree.
home, thinking up your recipes of what you can do. Bring something to the table. You was snatching from the table. You came in stealing. See, she's the type of person that you got to keep eyes on. Listen, y'all know that one family member, hey, Janice just came. Y'all get y'all purse.
Look,
I-
all excellent points, Queen Tosa. I agree with you. Excellent commentary.
yeah. And thank you so much for letting me sound off on this.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming up.
And
That
have a
is
great day on
Queen
purpose.
Tosa. Look. Oh, look, I got another caller. Okay, Deborah, I was just about to wrap up, but let me let you get in real quick before I end the show.
Oh, thanks, Queen. I was waiting for you, girl. I was waiting, and I came in late, so I'm gonna hit the replay button. Hey, y'all, hype this video. Make sure you hype the video and like it. Listen, I feel like I don't know what kind of relationship she thought they had. I don't know what he was pillow talking with her, but the minute she was told she was not going and she wasn't gonna be staying there, she should have got the packing. That's it. You don't question your employer about anything. If they say you're not going on this trip, you're not going. This should have been an opportunity for you to go do something for yourself. But no, I feel like she wants to be young, and she's an auntie, and she wants to hang out with them young people and ball out. Probably told people she was going to be in Miami. I'm not sure, but whatever. But like I said, the moment he said, or his assistant or the manager or whatever she is, when she was told she wasn't going, that should have been the end of it. There shouldn't have been any. She could have left his gifts on the counter, say you have a great time. I'll see you when you come back. That's it. That's all. And I'm gonna
All
drop
right.
down.
All right. Thank you, Deborah. Listen, mods, don't be putting people in timeout for disagreeing. Somebody said they got put in timeout for disagreeing. Come on, y'all. We better than that. Don't put them in timeout because they disagree. They can disagree. It's all right. As long as ain't nobody calling nobody out their name. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Come on. We well-rounded around here. Who got put in timeout? Who got put in? Come on, y'all. Desira, they called your name. Somali Queen, they called your name. Let's go. Don't be putting my people in timeout. They say you original copper. What you say, original copper? What'd you say? He said you put people on timeout because we disagree with the troll. Oh, you calling Q? Okay, Somali. Look, they can disagree with Q, Catrice. Somali, don't be putting people in timeout. No, ma'am. Two said it was Somali. Come on, cute. We ain't got no favorites over here. Everybody get in the mud and duke it out in the chat. Stand down. Come on, moderators. We ain't that sensitive. They say who told? He told or she told. You didn't see it on the screen? We don't time people out. That's a no-no. We do not time. Oh, Desira says she did not put you in timeout. We do not time people out over here for disagreeing. Queen Sheba does not agree with that. So don't be, my mods know not to do that. I am quick with it. They know not to do that. I'm not an echo chamber. I don't give a damn if you disagree. I think it's better for the content, to be honest. I'm not a church channel. Y'all got to remember that. I like getting dirty every now and then. Y'all got to let the people have to say. All right. So look, back on track. Y'all done made me lose my damn train. I just saw that. I looked at the chat at the right time. But I done forgot my thought. I was going to tell y'all one more thing. Let me see if it's in the start comments. Give me one time. Y'all behave in the comments now. Y'all grown. Y'all over there acting a fool with each other. Okay, we got this one about the criminal case. It was one more. Oh, this one, I think it was Erica. Let me see. Working and listening, but I had to chime in. A hot dog for a professional athlete. Thank you. And you're a chef. She should be able to make a quick, healthy meal. Exactly. Nothing too heavy, right? Because he's about to get on an airplane. She could have did a cute charcuterie board. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I'm Erica. Thank you. Because your comment is helping me to jog my memory. To be honest with you, Black athletes are easier to chef for. Most of them come up from the school of hard knocks, very humble beginnings. They are used to their mom's cooking and making something out of nothing, right? So it ain't like they're coming to the table with this developed palate, wanting a demi-glaze reduction sauce and making you do all of this and that. You can throw some lamb chops in there every now and then. Hell, they may not even won't smoke salmon or sushi. So you should have easily been able to put some one twos together for him. Even if it was a gourmet sandwich with some nice bread, sliced bread from the deli, a French baguette, but a damn hot dog. But a hot dog? Come on now. Now that, thank you, Erica. She could have did anything but that. You could have did a cheeseburger. That's it. That's all. That's all I got. That's all I got. And because you slept with her, Stefon, over and over, and you blurred the lines, I'm going to put you in charge of this. Anything that you had to deal with this woman was your fault because you are the leader in the household and you demonstrated poor leadership. Poor leadership. And because you was shucking and jiving and giving out that Mr. Goodbar to whoever wanted it, she felt like she could cook you a hot dog.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.